king, angry kid, bad at every level, calling out the kings and the pixelated devils. Paradise is burning down, words of paradise, burning down the town. He talks, he fights, he stays up through the night. Paradise is burning down, words of paradise, he wears a digital crown. Digital crown. Burn it all down. Paradise. No more monsters, no more lies, no more games. Underneath the hollow skies, one man army against the flood, spilling out the data like it's fresh blue blood. Is burning down, words of paradise, burning down the town. He talks, he fights, he stays up through the night. Paradise is burning down, words of paradise, he wears a digital crown. Burn it all down. Paradise.
Welcome back to the Lunch Hour. How were all you vital idols doing? Yes, I know we took the day off yesterday. Like I said, I had family in town for the Memorial Day weekend, and yesterday was the day they left. I wanted to maximize the time with them, but we are back. We're at it. We're ready for action. It's going to be a good goddamn day, son. We got so much more than what's in the headlines. Obviously, we got the title card stuff. You know, got my boy Mugen Lord calling out the creative aspects of the black-on-black crime and content creation. Magic the Gathering, going to be great. I see Teague spurging the fuck out about what is and isn't being covered. Man, maybe some people cover what they want to cover and what they don't want to cover. I put Asmongold's name in this, I won't lie, for SEO. I got my stars in Magic the Gathering channel. That's Words of Paradise, yeah, the card, Birds of Paradise. The countercast in Magic, you cast counters. The color on the fucking, thumbnail is blue. My title is blue because counterspell is a blue card. On X, bolt the word. Because in Magic, you gotta bolt the bird. You bolt Birds of Paradise. Point is, people cover what the fuck they want to cover. Anyway, what's up? Let's see what we got here. Anthony Way is up in this bitch. Matt Stanford. I see C Brew. How you doing, C Brew? Who else we got? Let's see. Scene is here. It's been a long time since we've seen Scene. Lord Dragneel is up in this bitch. You'll love to see it. Dylan B is here. Thank God. What we've ever done without Dylan B. Sleeping Nova. Runaway Vagabond. A man with a plan. At some point, it'll be on his show. I just need to. It's got to be a Sunday where there's no Sunday special stream, but I can't wait. What is up, Teague? Clip 420. 13, Dragon of Light. Galkarimon is back. A mod that's been missing for what seems like so long. The True Asset Warrior is here. Matt Funcool up in this bitch. You'll love to see it. A Kick in the Nuts. That's an old ass card. Yeah, I know. Birds of Paradise is an old ass card, but it's one of the best cards in the entire history of Magic the Gathering. Sevy Love, Sevy with the heavy is my beautiful girlfriend says, nice tattoo. Yeah, gee, I wonder who designed the nice new tattoo. Michael Doberman, what is up? You'll love to see it. Down Birds. Yeah, again, yeah. Words. It's amazing how many people don't know that. My channel started off as an anti-Wizards of the Coast channel. I just don't cover them very much anymore. Because I'm gonna be real. Doesn't get a lot of views. But I gotta keep it true. Gotta keep it, correct with you guys. Always honest. My Magic the Gathering content, my Wizards of the Coast content, Dungeons and Dragons content doesn't really do a whole lot of views. But yeah, no, that's how I'm gonna start. And yeah, Birds of Paradise is one of the greatest cards of all time. Sultan Alfheim is here. You love to see it. Hypnotic says, Grifter, you good goddamn right, son. You good goddamn right. Who else we got? We got Meme Lord Woodrow. Shout out. Hail the chat. Good energy. Hail to you, my man with a plan. Alrighty, crew. Alright, let's get into it, because we got a lot to talk about. And there's a bit of an amuse-bouche, right? There's a couple things I want to talk about before we get into the title card stuff. First thing being, this was fucking legendary. I don't give a fuck what you care about, like, the current administration. You love Trump, you hate the White House. You know me, I hate government in general. I'm obviously more MAGA than any, like, fucking left, voting for the left, never would. But this was incredible. Rockin' Hound Dog, how you doing? Today, we remember a legend. On this day in history, Harambe would have celebrated another birthday, an icon that became part of internet history, American culture, and an entire generation's timeline. Tomorrow marks 10 years since we lost him. 10 years since the moment the world stopped scrolling and collectively mourned something bigger than a meme. He became a symbol of loyalty, strength, chaos, unity, and the strange beauty of the internet bringing millions of people together for one cause. Never forgetting Harambe. Everyone remembers there they were when they heard the news, and somehow a decade later, his legacy lives on. Gone but never forgotten. Rest easy, true patriot. Forever in our hearts. Dude, that is wild. That is this is such great shit. The White House fucking trolling, because you know why they did this, right? You know why? Because I'm pretty sure the death of Harambe and the death of George Floyd are the same day. I think. Hold on. Is it the same anniversary? Death of George Floyd date. Yeah, May 25th. Okay, so it wasn't, they didn't post it the exact same day. The point is, they aligned so closely. White House don't post shit about George Floyd. Understandably so. Why would they? Dude was a criminal, drug-addicted loser who, frankly, was a scum to this earth. But they post about Harambe. Fucking legendary. There's a clip of a white dude chanting Harambe over and over again from the Boondocks that would fit. Like, it's so good. Yeah. Vagabond says, Floyd wasn't ape, to be fair, but he wasn't the right kind. Anyway, I wanted to throw out there for anyone that didn't see it, because I, for one, love seeing the government and White House and all these different institutions joke and meme on X. I think it's just a massive flex. And even if it's not a flex, the only way to cope with bad situations, and let's be real, there's a lot of bad shit going on nowadays, is comedy, is to be funny, and I just found that to be super fucking funny. But we'll actually get into our first video of the day. There's a couple things I want to react to. Starting with this right here. Now, I don't know if I'm in the minority. I love this show. Amazing Digital Circus. The video, I don't know what this is in reference to. I assume it has to do with the leaks, with the spoilers. I love this show. It is what Has Been Hotel wishes it could be. And for those that don't know, the final episode, the last episode, which was not supposed to be coming out until next month, I've got tickets to see it in theaters, got leaked early by some douche canoes online. And I'm just kind of curious about what Red has to say about the situation, or maybe it's about something that has nothing to do with the episode being leaked. But yeah, I mean, I spend my time, when I'm not making content, when I'm not streaming, there's been like 2 days ago, I was just playing video games and listening to fan theories about like where the last episode could go. It's a great show. It is a, for those that don't know what it is, it takes two different stories, the Cain and Abel story, and the I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. It blends them together and then kind of like flips both of them on their head, and like well, the Cain and Abel stuff, not really, that's pretty accurate, but the I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, it kind of like takes the beats from that story and flips it and goes opposite directions with it. So if you're familiar with either biblical stuff or just, you know, classic sci-fi, but with this real weird, whimsical, adult-oriented, Looney Tunes style element, you will find yourself fascinated. Like, you will be hooked by the first episode. But yes, the Amazing Digital Circus situation is disgusting. So let's find out what the situation is.
So it's a very unfortunate reality that we have to cover this sort of topic all the time. where you have a series that is very successful in many different ways. However, for whatever reason, it attracts a very toxic portion of its fan base.
He is correct from everything I've heard and seen. Now, I don't interact with the fan base. I've heard the fan base is nuts. To be real, it's the same sort of fan base you're going to expect from anything online nowadays. You're going to have your fucking Looney Tunes leftist that thinks everything's for them. And, like, not that this show's right-wing in any way, shape, or form. It's not. It's not really left-wing either. It's just a fun show. But he is right. From what I've heard, the fan base is the sort of insufferable Reddit Looney Tune type freakazoids you would think would be the fan base for a show like this.
That not only causes issues for the series itself, but for the creator of the series, and the Amazing Digital Circus
What up, Gen T Maxi?
is an example of that. And unfortunately, the creator Gooseworks has been subject to endless harassment campaigns on the western side of Twitter, where people are accusing Gooseworks of being racist, bigoted, transphobic, all of these things.
By the way, I could be wrong. It's hilarious to see the creator get this level of backlash, because it is just an example of the left eat their own, because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the creator Gooseworks is trans, like, is a dude cosplaying as a woman, is a dude that thinks he's a woman, is a mentally ill individual. Now, does that have any impact on the show? No. The show's good. The show's fucking great, actually. But if I'm 90% sure the creator's trans, and if that's the case, the left eat their own, baby.
To the point where people are justifying leaking the finale of the show, believing they're justified in doing so because Gooseworks is such an awful person. So this is the creator of the Amazing Digital Circus, and Gooseworks is someone who has been put...
So, F Fighter 4. No, even if that's the case, no spoilers. I don't want to hear anything. What therapy session? Like, look, the whole show up to this point has been an inversion of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. If I had to wager a guess, it's going to do the ending of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, but flip it and go the opposite direction. Now, I have theories about that. It is what it is. Whether it is or isn't is irrelevant.
Through the ringer.
But no spoilers. I don't even want to hear what the leaks potentially are.
Very enthusiastic about building this IP, but as you can see from one of the recent examples of interactions from their haters, they've been subject to clearly very unhinged individuals.
How many seasons of it? No, there's the final episode coming out is the 9th and final episode. It is right now. There's 8 episodes released. Episode 9 is the last episode. So it is one season. If you even want to call 9 episodes a season.
People like this responding to a tweet saying, "Y'all are weird as hell for wanting Gooseworks to commit game end." And this person quotes them saying, "Hey, let's not wish death on people."
Okay, this could just be some Freudian in me. He said game end. I thought he said game in. Did anybody else hear game in, or was it just me?
Just be like everyone else and celebrate it when it happens.
Okay, he is trans. That's what I thought.
Here's another tweet where they say, "Yeah, no, that was a terrible tweet to quote with that. I'm sorry. Hey, at least I apologized, unlike some," referring to Gooseworks, because they didn't apologize for the crazy things people are accusing them of. And here's another follow-up where the same user says, "I'm apologizing for my sake because I hate when misinformation is spread about me. I don't think I'm important enough to get canceled, and people are gonna forget about this in like 48 hours. You know how fried attention spans in fandoms are." Actually, Gooseworks said it best, saying, who cares?
I don't know if he's going to get into it or not, but just in case he doesn't, I want to lay it out there because I think it's an incredibly fucked up situation. And obviously, people care about the things that they're interested in. I care when bad shit happens to Sonic the Hedgehog, when bad shit happens to Resident Evil. Like, I care when bad things happen to Doctor Who, for example, like, because I hate Doctor Who, in the sense that, man, I've lived long enough to see my franchises destroyed. Star Wars, Marvel, things to that effect, Resident Evil. So I have empathy for, like, the Doctor Who fans are seeing it go down the drain, but do I care as much? No, because I don't fucking like Doctor Who. So obviously I'm going to be attracted to this story because I care about that, and that's what bothers me about the idea that this episode got leaked, or at least the details did, whatever, and Gooseworks pretty much said, there's a much longer quote, that, fuck it, the fans have been making this insufferable anyway, I just can't wait till it's fucking done. And normally I would be against turning on your fans like that, like there's no reason you should ever turn on your fans. Unless your fans are acting like this, or acting like the fans of Gacha Yakuza turning on you, starting all sorts of ridiculous shit, at that point, yeah, fuck the fans. It's not a trans story, Hypno.
Is not referring to someone possibly taking their life over harassment online. Gooseworks is trying to cope with the fact that people are leaking their finale of their show, justifying it by saying Gooseworks is a horrible person. Do you see the type of person that is harassing this creator? Now, for those who are not familiar with The Amazing Digital Circus, this is an independent series that is...
Now, full disclosure, I don't think it's independent. I don't. It is way too high quality. It is way too... They're able to get their episodes out on an actual consistent schedule. There was probably some industry backing of some sort. I don't have any proof. I've never really looked into it. But if I had to wager a guess... Because like over the course of... So, it says 2 years ago. Over the course of 2 years, they've released 9 episodes. I'm sure it is relatively... like a small team working on it, but I don't think it's independent from the funding source. But again, I got nothing to back that up. Murboff with a 2-banger says, fans, sure, at least for anime. Yeah, that's why I had to put it in air quotes, because they're not fans. And if you guys are curious what they are, I got a whole ass video about that. You know, the anime tourist problem, fake fans. Go check that out.
Undeniably successful. I mean, this is the pilot with over 400 million views. I mean, this is an undeniable success. However,
thank you for the dollar, Aztec.
Just like anything else, when a series gets enough popularity, it's going to attract the most annoying people online. And you can see down here this tweet from Gooseworks back in 2023, where they were so hopeful, saying they're so excited to talk about this series and that they want to share more with people. And now you have quotes here in 2026 saying, I feel so bad for Gooseworks, man, saying poor bum had so much hope. Because unfortunately, there's been endless drama involving this series where some of the quote-unquote fans have attacked Gooseworks for the crime of saying that Jax and Pomni are the 2 main characters.
Wait, is that what this was about? The characters that... Okay, first of all, there aren't any sort of quote-unquote like trans characters or anything in the show that I'm aware of. Like, there's a theory that one of the characters is... Alright, so you need to understand how the show works. This is going to make no fucking sense unless I explain it. People are put in this AI, and the AI puts them in this digital world, and they're basically fucking toys. They're playthings for an AI chatbot kind of thing. And they're all like these very cartoony, Looney Tunes-esque characters. So one of them is a character that's like a toy just made out of the body parts of other abandoned toys, like a Mr. Potato Head kind of situation. And so the character hates its body and is frequently trying to change different body parts to find one that fits. You could maybe draw some trans allegory to that, maybe, but it's not ever harped on. Like, if it is a trans allegory, let's say it is, then they fucking do it the right way, which is not draw attention to it. Everything is done 100% within character. Like, if you were a human and you got put into this AI machine and it spit you out as a fucking disfigured Mr. Potato Head style toy with different morphable body parts, that would probably cause, you know, some sort of annoyance with you being stuck in this AI. And that's just a theory, a trans theory. So my guess is that people are up in arms about the fact that the characters that have been the main characters since day one are still the fucking main characters instead of the one that their fan theory is they're trans. Jesus Christ.
Yes. This resulted in death threats, harassment, and people absolutely
yes, silently telling a story, exactly. And by the way, again, this isn't the main fucking character. It's one of the main casts, but it's not like the main characters.
In fact, Gooseworks back then said, I've considered never touching this fan base again.
No, franchise, not fan base.
This is quoted by someone.
I've watched 8 episodes of The Amazing Digital Circus. I enjoy my time with the show. Yeah, and I'm happy it's ending. I am. Like, hey, you got 8 good episodes so far. Well, 7 good episodes. This one episode is actually admittedly pretty fucking weak. But every show's going to have a weak episode here or there. But you got 7 out of 8 episodes so far. Been fucking awesome. Hopefully episode 9, 6th landing. And then it's done. Then it's fucking over. Franchises need to end. Series need to end. Movies, TV shows, video games, whatever. They need to fucking end. I'm glad it's over. I've enjoyed my time with it. I would like to remember it fondly as just this 9 good episodes, assuming that episode 9 sticks the landing.
I was a little mean about this. And when I say a little mean about this, they're referring to, I'm sorry, but have a effing backbone. Referring to Gooseworks explaining why they shouldn't be harassed over their choice of main characters in this story, among other things. Yeah, unfortunately, Gooseworks has been subjected to this stuff nonstop, and it's only continued. Where they briefly deactivated the other day, and people immediately celebrated. Quote-unquote fans saying Gooseworks' account is gone. Now, of course, this again goes back to the recent leaks where people are justifying leaking the finale of this independent series because Gooseworks is such a bad person, according to them. Now, their first mistake was interacting at all on Blue Sky, the literal Arkham Asylum of internet users.
Is anyone here shocked that the trans creator has a fucking Blue Sky? No, obviously not. Is anyone else surprised that that's the people that would drive them off the fucking internet? Also, no. And for those of you guys who say you never watched it, again, I highly recommend watch the first episode. If you don't like the first episode, you won't watch the rest of the show. I won't lie. If you don't like the first episode, you will not like the rest of the show. It pretty much tells you everything you're going to get going forward. Mean-spirited comedy, Looney Tunes-esque adventures, weird little archetypes. Like, what you see is what you get.
But you can see, Gooseworks would acknowledge that, well, yeah, I get some people are upset with my response saying, who cares? I guess their way of coping with the fact that there's leaks out there. And they say, that's fine if you're not happy with my response, but I kind of just wanted to make a cartoon, and it's ended up being way more trouble than it's worth. I really just can't keep my heart in this thing anymore. It's gotten too much bigger than me, and I probably shouldn't be the figurehead.
That's actually, in my opinion, this is a good response. Like, it's an unfortunate response, but this is a good response. So, I know people are upset with my response, which is fine. Good. Basically saying, you have the right to be upset. That's true. People got the right to feel the way they want to feel, even what they feel is fucking retarded. But I just wanted to make a cartoon. That to me is the best line. I just wanted to make a cartoon. Obviously, Gooseworks was out there like, this is the thing I want to do, it's what I wanted to make. This is actually going to be a nice segue into the next video when we cover Mugen Lord's video about like black creators and whatnot, kind of feeling boxed in, and there's the pressure on them for people to receive the art that they want to receive as opposed to seek out something that fits for them. So, dude, if Gooseworks just want to make a fucking cartoon, then yeah. That was accomplished. I thought it was okay, but I'm more of a Gravity Falls type show. I've never really seen Gravity Falls, so I can't say too much about it. I've seen an episode here or there. But anyway, and then Gooseworks says it's ended up being way more trouble than it's worth. Frankly, I like that honesty. I do. I can't keep my heart in this thing anymore. It's gotten much bigger than me, which it has. If you're an independent creator, even if you've gotten some sort of funding or whatnot, if you're an independent creator, this is your idea, your brainchild, your baby, and then it blows up to just the first episode alone, having over 460 million views. Yeah, that's pretty much bigger than any one individual. Like, that's absolutely massive. I respect this level of honesty.
Some reasonable users like this sharing a screenshot of that, saying people used to try and say that no matter what, a fandom can't ruin a series for you. And I always stood by.
You say I should watch Gravity Falls. I won't lie, I hate that art style. I fucking hate Cal Out's art style. I'm sure the story is good. I know a lot of people praise it. I'm sure people like the characters. I fucking hate the visuals. Cal Arts is the just ugliest style design for a cartoon, and we have been oversaturated with it for like 15 years now. So, at full disclosure, I probably won't watch it just because of how it looks.
Toxic fans can impact a series. Its staff and even its creator, Gooseworks, does not deserve any of this stress. Well, some of the very tolerant and normal people felt differently, quoting that, saying, "See, now that's sad and all, but where was this energy when she was letting her fan base harass?"
First of all, it's not she, it's a he. Gooseworks is a dude from everything I've seen. Where was this energy? Like, what? You can't control what your fucking fan base does, for one. Also, you're gonna give any examples? You're gonna show some tweets? You're like, where's the proof that Amazing Digital Circus fans were attacking black people, and how the fuck would this person be able to control that anyway? Also, 460 something million views, right? That's a lot of people. Yeah, you're gonna get some unsavory types in there. For example, Decepticon Ember is an unsavory type on account of that little faggy ass fucking flag next to its name.
Where was this energy when she responded to shipping discourse sooner than racism? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this might shock you when I say this. Gooseworks never allowed their fan base to harass black people. I know it's shocking that people like this would lie on the internet for sympathy points, but that's exactly what's going on here. And just look at the people doing this stuff, right?
You know, it's funny. I'm a Godzilla fan. I see the Godzilla in the header here, right? And, you know, I'm a pretty notorious racist, or so the internet fucking tells me. Strange that we're about to react to a video from a black creator friend of mine, but it is what it is. I'm a Godzilla fan. Bro, imagine if people were all, like clipping stuff out of context from my live screen and me, like, dropping the N-bomb or saying ridiculous shit about black people, which a lot of it's true. A lot of it's for jokes. A lot of it's for fun. Whatever. And then, imagine, why isn't Toho taking responsibility for Words of Paradise being a notorious racist? He's a Godzilla fan. Do you know how this makes all the Godzilla fans look? Like, fuck out of here.
It trans femme. I'm a mega chud leader of the Decepticurks. I mean, what else do you say? What else do you say? And also the irony of their description of themselves with also the name Decepticon. I mean, the jokes kind of like write themselves, don't they? But here's another totally sane individual saying, Gangle being black, but her voice actor is white. Goose is going
Gangle
to
being
hell.
black. All right, so for those of you guys that don't know, Gangle is a character in the show. Let me show you what Gangle looks like. Because I don't know where they're getting Gangle being black from. Gangle Amazing Digital Circus. This is apparently the black character. The red ribbon with the comedy and tragedy masks. I'm very confused as to how this is black. Also, this is the most timid, annoying character in the show. So if they are black, that's fucking hilarious because, like, just more pussification of black culture. But yeah, I have no idea how you could ascribe a race to what is literally just a red ribbon with comedy and tragedy masks. The fuck are they on about that Gangle is black but the voice actress is white? Holy shit. Yep, that must be black. Holy fuck, dude.
That's right. People following the authentic casting sort of mentality.
And by the way, if it's revealed that the human that is in the AI, let's say the last episode reveals that the human, because we've never seen the human, we know that these people are humans and they're stuck in this AI. We've never seen what any of the human bodies look like. So if it so happens, like let's say they get out of the circus and they wake up out of their fucking AI pods or whatever, and we see what the human characters look like. If it turns out the person that was Gangle is black, who gives a fuck? If the voice actress is a good voice actress, that's all that fucking matters.
Going to hell because a white voice actor is voicing a black fictional character. Wow. Imagine hiring people based on the quality of their voice and the merit they bring to the table instead of their skin color that has nothing
Am I AI?
to do
I wish.
with their ability to voice act.
Oh, look at that
Familiar,
fat
doesn't it?
Asian fuck.
But anyways, you can see more people trying to dunk on Gooseworks, in quotes, saying Gooseworks is innocent. You're just trying to say she's racist by association, end quote. What is this then? So here's the example of Gooseworks being...
They're calling Gooseworks racist because said nega? You mean like Eggman nega in fucking Sonic, or like the negative zone in fucking comic books? What are we These people can't be real, dude.
A violent racist. It's this cropped screenshot of Gooseworks using a short
the
form...
nega chin in Fairly Odd Parents, the fucking like Crimson Chin, his like negative alter ego, not alter ego, his adversary, the nega chin, exactly, Vagabond. Yeah, what up, my negas?
Of negative. That's right. At least this person got hit with a no.
Can't
but
imagine how
this is
MLK would
proof
feel, the black community.
that-
Well, okay, if you can't imagine how MLK would feel, you should watch the Boondocks episode. So in the Boondocks, they sort of twist history now and again. And in the Boondocks, MLK wasn't killed. He was shot, and he's been in a coma for like 40 years. And then there's an episode where MLK wakes up, and he sees the state of blackness in the world today. So if you want to know how MLK Jr. will react to black culture in America today, bro, watch the Boondocks episode where MLK Jr. wakes up from his coma. It's one of the best episodes in the fucking show. Elmer with the two-banger. That pig Pro ZD ruined voice acting for 4 generations. I could not agree more. Fuck that dude. Thank you for the two-banger.
Gooseworks is an unapologetic racist and deserves everything coming their way, including their show being leaked. The finale being leaked. You can see people quoting this, saying, shut this grocery store down. I mean, according to users like this, they've gone too far. But anyways, here's some more quotes saying, no, it's because...
I love the fact that Gooseworks being a fucking tranny, and you got all these trannies throwing a fit, but still, like, they won't cross that line into calling him a him. Like, okay, we hate him because he's a racist, but we're still gonna live under the delusion that it's a her because, you know, she's one of us, or like what the fuck ever.
Black racist who gets defended by her white audience downplaying racism. Most people are crapping on her for that specifically, referring to people saying, hey, I think the harassment Goose is facing is a bit too far. And this is the very progressive individuals. So progressive, they have the world buffs in their bio here. She, they, it, any neos.
Dude, I'm actually kind of happy they're like, oh, we're gonna go by it now, because I've been calling these motherfuckers it for years upon years. You can't say it; it's offensive. Like, no, they're clearly cool with it. It is clearly cool with it. I'll call you a it. Like, I will use the correct pronouns in terms of, like, if you were born a boy but you're cosplaying as a woman, I'm still gonna call you a boy. I'm still gonna use he, they, he, him pronouns or whatnot. But if you want to be called it, or whether even if you don't want to be called an it, I'm still gonna call you a it. I call babies its. Like,
17 black, non-binary, gender fey, T-fem, ENFR, whatever that is, brain rot, a narcotta eco-socialist. You know what?
I did not understand 70% of this. Any neos, don't know what the fuck that means. Don't ever want to know. Gender fey, don't know what that means. I think T-fem would be trans fem, I guess. ENFR, UE music. What the fuck does that mean? And then anarchata eco-socialist. I have an idea of what an eco-socialist is, as retarded as that is. What the fuck is it? This is a different language. They're speaking fucking Urdu. It is speaking fucking Urdu.
Instead of, social...
No, not WTF, WEF, World Economic Forum, because they're the ones that are fucking pushing for this shit.
With Discord or wherever this is happening because...
Elmer with a 5-banger. If I ever made an animated show, for spite, I hired you to say the no-no word to make the most offensive crowdfunded show. Bring back the old days. Yeah, and you know what? Do it the right way. Unlike the way these dumbass conservatives do. It's like the Daily Wire put out, like, oh, the new norm. And it's the most PG, like, they want to be Family Guy, but because they're conservative and Christian and Jews and shit, they won't actually go further than, like, PG, semi-offensive, like, shit that would have been, like, semi-offensive in, like, 2016. It's so fucking stupid. Yeah, I want some actual real raunch, baby. Thank you for the 5-banger.
How about you socialize at school? You're 17. Stop this. This is insane. This is literally insane. But
yeah, I don't like the Daily Wire either.
Justifying the harassment against people like Gooseworks, believing they're the right ones. But then again, are we surprised that someone like this is so brainwashed by the internet that they believe there's some sort of revolutionary by harassing a creator like Gooseworks over absolutely nothing? But then, of course, some people say I've not seen a single example of Gooseworks' supposed racism. These people are literally just declaring her a racist by osmosis, because one of her VAs made an unfunny joke 7 years ago that he already apologized for. This is just a hate mob.
Yeah, I've heard that. Like, apparently people were throwing a fit about the voice actor for Jax, which is the best character of the show, by the way. He's like an evil Bugs Bunny. Like, imagine evil Bugs Bunny that is just, like, borderline sociopathic and does not care for the feelings of others, so he will say and do the most offensive shit just to fuck with them. Super great. Like, best character in the show. Supposedly, the voice actor made a racist joke years ago. Who fucking cares, for one? But also, I don't even know that that's true. Like, it's so ridiculous. New Norm wasn't made by Daily Wire? Oh, it wasn't? Alright, I thought it was. My bad. Either way, you get my point, though. These conservatives that make these fucking TV shows, they're like, oh, we're fighting against political correctness. And they themselves are politically correct because they don't want to be offensive to their own Christian conservative base. So whether it was by the Daily Wire or not, like, you get my fucking point. If you want to go with the Daily Wire example, alright, Lady Ballers. Lady Ballers was a dog shit movie. I don't give a fuck that it was like, oh, it's making fun of trans people. It was a dog shit movie that wasn't fucking funny. Scene with a 5-banger. I would have donated more to the fatigue fund, but I was too tired. I see what you did there. Yeah, black fatigue means something different. I don't know if you guys have black fatigue over in the UK. Black fatigue means something a bit different here in America.
Using a woke cover. Well, let's see. We have proof, guys. I regret to inform this individual there is proof. Here's the proof. Glitch, the producer of the series, hates black people, by the way.
Yeah, Vagabond in the fucking chat is black. He's like, I have black fatigue. Bro, welcome to... You and I can start our own racist black fatigue club together. We'll call it the Yin Yangs. So, you and I'm the white dude, you're the black dude. We're going to use an Asian symbol, and we're going to make a black fatigue fan club. And it's going to be the most racist black fatigue fan club of all time, made up of dudes of all races. I know, Scene. I was just fucking with you.
What are you talking about? What do you mean, where's the proof? It's right there. Oh. There's no proof? Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, we're sane human beings, unlike this one. There is no proof. And they keep trying. They keep trying so hard. In fact, they're not even going for the racism angle. They're trying other stuff. Okay, where Gooseworks recently said, Jax is my self-insert. Actually, this was from 2023, but this is a recent quote of that screenshot saying, mind you, all Jax does is bully and abuse women.
No. All Jax does is bully and abuse everyone. Because he's a fucking asshole. That's the point of his character. He is an asshole to everyone. And frankly, it's actually a coping mechanism. But I don't want to go into the whole fucking lore of the show, whatnot. Just watch the show. But no, it's not all he does is bully and abuse women. He bullies and abuses everyone. That's the fucking character.
And all Gooseworks does is give him all the screen time. Maybe keep your intrusive thoughts to yourself.
Gooseworks gives him the most screen time because he's the fucking funniest. Like, all the mean-spirited comedy comes from this character. So if you like mean-spirited comedy, yeah, there's a reason he's the one that's on screen arguably the most.
Gooseworks. They're canceling Gooseworks for the actions of their fictional character. Interesting. Now, you can't really cancel someone over something like that.
Did I already you're just assuming I'm going to cover it. I don't give a fuck about the Steam Deck price jump. You want to cover the Steam Deck price jump? Watch Sevi or Hypno or J Viper, someone that gives a fuck. I don't own a Steam Deck. I don't give a fuck about the price jump. Mervov with a 2-banger. Kaylorana's account is back up, set to private. Yeah, Kaylorana's account is back up. It's just to avoid impersonation. She's not going to be using it anymore. Thank you for the 2-banger.
You prove they're doing something bad in real life. But then again, this is Twitter. We're dealing with single-digit IQ points here. Okay, this is enough to cancel and justify harassment against someone. Oh, here's another one saying, hey, so Gooseworks...
I don't give a fuck about its bigger impact on the game. Hold on. All right, I'm going to say this now, and I'm done talking about it because it's not part of the docket. We're talking about this, so stay the fuck on topic. But if you're not going to stay the fuck on topic, I'll say this, and this will be the last thing. I don't fucking care. I cover what I want to cover. Don't give a fuck. When I find something gaming related I want to talk about, I'll talk about it. But beyond that, I don't fucking care. Stay on target.
What I'm saying is, I
Catch
love
later, Warrior.
violence against women. I can't help it. Oh, this is definitely a serious tweet, guys. Yeah, I was born yesterday, and this is definitely a very serious tweet. Of course, obviously. Here's another one saying, my ultimate evil ploy is to evolve past the need for female characters is moving along excellently.
Even the tranny that wants to be a woman is just fucking tired of female characters. I kind of appreciate this. You got a dude coming in usurping women's spaces and being like, and you know what? We're getting rid of women in animation as well. That's fucking hilarious. Fab with a 10-banger. Hey, Leon in chat. No, Neo refers to third-person made-up pronouns such as Z or her or Faye or fair. There are many more examples. Those are just a few completely nonsensical made-up pronouns. Jesus Christ. I literally would not have known that Neo refers to third-person made-up pronoun. Well, thank you for the educational 10-banger. I'll play you guys clips when we're done with this segment, by the way. Fab taught me something new today. Not something I ever wanted to learn, but something nonetheless. No, the cartoon is not made by AI. It's about an AI. It's CGI. It's 100% CGI. It's just about AI.
Again, another very serious tweet made by Gooseworks. I understand why people are canceling Gooseworks.
And when I say AI, by the way, it's not about like modern day AI like ChatGPT and stuff. Again, it is a Looney Tunes flip, a Looney Tunes-esque flip on I have no mouth and I must scream. An old like 60s sci-fi AI story.
Makes a lot of sense. I mean, these are clearly stated with their full chest, full honesty. They just expose themselves. And I'm glad that users like this really caught on to the charade that Gooseworks is putting forward, trying to give you the impression they're a decent person. But yeah, you guys see. You see the ridiculous nature of this entire situation. Now, I'm sure I'll have plenty of the normal people very mad about this video, but for anyone who's actually normal, halfway well-adjusted, you see the situation and you see the reactions to this creator. And
by the way, I'll talk about another thing, because I'm all over here being like anti-trans and stuff, which is true. Trans is fucking disgusting. Gooseworks being the creator being trans, I don't care. The shit's not in the story. I hope I didn't just fuck up my mic there. But there's a fan theory going around that this character right here, Jax, might be trans. And let me explain why I actually wouldn't have an issue with that. For once, I wouldn't have an issue with that, because it fits within the story that was being told. So there's a few scenes in the show where like the people put him in a dress and whatnot, and he'll freak out and he'll fucking hate it. Or he'll talk about how, like, here in the digital circus, he gets to be the person he wants to be. Now, really what he means is he gets to be a fucking asshole with no consequences, because it's a Looney Tunes AI world. But people are like, oh, he's freaking out about being put in dresses. He's talking about being the person he wants to be. Like, if it comes out in the conclusion that go back into the real world, turns out this is actually a female, but they were given like a male body or whatever in the AI they're stuck in. You know what? That was hinted at, that was alluded to, it would work for the character. So once again, it would be one of the very, very, very rare instances of a fucking tranny being done right, and I wouldn't even throw a goddamn fit about it.
Series and how they justify awful things happening to everything involved because of, well, basically made up reasons in their head. Even the attempts at proof are laughable at best. But you know what? Unfortunately, this is the internet, and this is the absolute state of things currently, where people will look for any and all reason, even if ridiculous or just completely made up, to justify treating people horribly. All while, in the same vein, claiming they're the good people. They really feel justified. They feel morally superior while leaking finales of independent series. By the way, what happened to all this supposed supports for independent series, like the Amazing Digital Circus?
I've never heard these. I've never once heard the Alphabet Mafia support independent shit. The Alphabet Mafia don't like independent shit. They want to support the next big gay series on fucking Netflix. So yeah, I don't know what he's talking about here.
Oh, we get one that's good and very well received, and then these supposed fans are acting like this. Why would people want to ever engage with their fan bases when they act like this, or give them anything to enjoy? It's beyond me, ladies and gentlemen, but that's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please consider liking the video. Please consider subscribing and turning on notifications for daily uploads here on YouTube, as well as multiple...
Well, that's pretty much the end of that. You know, he can chill if he wants to chill. I'm already putting the link in the chat for you guys because, you know, that's what we're supposed to do. DEI bingo, shake my fucking head. Amen. Fucking absolutely. Well, see, here's the thing, though. I wouldn't even, like, let's say that the character, I think Amazing Digital Circus is a brilliant example of this. Let's say the character Jax, like I said, turns out to be trans or what the fuck ever. A, It was slightly alluded to within the story. It's within the confines of the story. It makes sense within the world. It makes sense within the realm. Now, again, I don't even know that's going to be the case. It's just a theory that I see people putting out there. If it ends up happening, guess what? Since this isn't independent work, since Gooseworks made this, it's not even DEI. Because there was no corporate mechanism coming down from on high saying, this is what we demand you do. These are the check boxes. Do this. Gooseworks created the show. Created the show that he wanted to create. So if that means he wanted to put a tranny character in there and had the big reveal at the end, at least doing what he wanted to do in the free hand of the fucking market will decide, which is different than DEI. DEI is corporate and government mandated. But an independent creator wanting to put what they want in there? No, that's what we advocate for. If you want to do that, if that's your prerogative, you do it and let the free hand of the market decide. That's what Mugen Lord is going to talk about in the video that we're going to go over next. At least I assume. I haven't seen it, but that's what I assume he's going to talk about is the hard line within the black community about like people who would just want to make what they want to make and others are like, oh, it's not black enough. So yeah, if it reveals that Jax is trans, it A, wouldn't be coming out of anywhere, and B, it's what the creator themselves wanted to do. So I'm fucking chill with it. Do what you want to do. Lilo and Stitch had trans alien in it. No one gave a shit. Okay, let's Pleakley wasn't trans. You're twisting history. Pleakley was not trans. But anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Amazing Digital Circus. So, again, I love the show. I'm very excited for the last episode. Got tickets to see it in theaters. I think like June 8th or something like that. Pretty sure June 8th is when the tickets are, so like a week and a half away. And I'm going to be seeing Backrooms tomorrow. Already got my tickets for Backrooms. All in all, great time to be a fan of cool little niche internet things. I've been a Backrooms fan for years. The fact that Kane Pixels directed the movie, I'm super excited to see that. Hope it stomps Star Wars. Yeah, crossdresser. Crossdresser is different than trans, but yes, I will agree, crossdresser. Anyway, because I've known straight crossdressers. I've known straight crossdressers that are married with kids. Is it weird? Fucking absolutely. But it's not the same as actually thinking you're the other thing. Like the straight crossdresser that used to show up at the bar I used to go to, 60-year-old dude, wife, kids, I think maybe even grandkids, the whole nine. He knew he was a dude and he was straight. He's just fucking weird. So it is what it is. Point is, yeah, good time to be a fan of cool niche internet stuff between Backrooms, Amazing Digital Circus getting an actual theatrical release for its 1 hour finale. Can't wait. These people are retarded. I highly recommend checking out at least the first episode. If you're not a fan of it, if you don't end up liking the first episode, you won't like the rest of the show. But if you want to see some weird Looney Tunes twist on the Cain and Abel story mixed with I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, I highly recommend it. It's fucking hilarious. Alright. That being said, yeah, it's 60 years old. Yeah, it was just this dude. I mean, I don't even know if he's still fucking alive. This is 10 years ago. He'd be probably in his 70s now. But yeah, I used to go to this fucking karaoke bar. Yeah, and again, I'm in the Midwest. We're a pretty straight white situation here, right? I used to go to this karaoke bar, an old person kind of biker bar sort of thing in the Midwest, and he would come in, he'd sing his fucking songs in a dress and high heels and shit. He'd order his drinks. He'd shut the fuck up. He was a nice guy. I liked him. He was cool. I ran into him at the Japanese Fall Festival a few years ago. There in his full fucking dress up or whatever with his wife and kids and whatnot. He was normal. He doesn't fake a voice. He's still got a pretty deep old man voice. Like, again, it's weird. Not gonna deny it ain't fucking weird. Not the same as being trans. I have no content. I must dream. Men have worn dresses and skirts for as long as the cultural identity. Male kimonos, togas, kilts, high heels isn't a thing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, what happened to tomboys and femboy? Yeah, correct. Exactly. So I guess I'm not as bigoted as the universe and the world and the internet large really wants me to be. But alrighty, crew. Like I said, I wanted to give you all a little appetizer with the Amazing Digital Circus stuff. But let's get to one of our title card issues, right? Let's get to one of our title card issues. The pressure of being a black creator. Now, my boy Mugen Lord, this is his second channel. This is the channel for his original comic, which, mind you, the original comic is awesome. I've got it over here somewhere. Is it? No. Is it here? Ah, here we go. Batman, Godzilla, Spider-Man. Where the fuck is it? Six Gun, Golden Patriot. I know I have his book. Ah, right here. So this is his second channel. The channel is only to promote his comics, right? And his comics good. I haven't read the second issue yet, but his comics fucking good. So he posted this video, pressure being a black creator, because he was getting into all these online discourses with people calling him a racist, that he panders to white people, the whole nine. Now, for those of you that know me, Mugen Lord's my homie. He's been on the show multiple times. He used to be a regular on Countercast. I've had him on my show to promote his book. We talk video games. He's a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan. He came on the show when we had the voice of Eggman on to do an interview with the voice of Dr. Robotnik with me. Mugen Lord's good fucking people. So I really wanted to, it was so great to see this video blow up 2 days ago, 22,000 views. It got his channel, not only, his second channel wasn't even over 1,000 yet. This one video not only broke him into the Thou Wow, but over 1,430. That's awesome. I'm so proud of the dude for how well the video's done. Let's see what he actually has to say.
I came across a interesting question over social media, and it says, as a black comic creator, do you feel pressure to create stories specifically for black people? And honestly, that question stuck.
Now, I hate this question. I mean, obviously, I want to hear his thoughts. I'm going to commentate on his thoughts, but I'm going to give my own thoughts as well, because I've got a whole lot of thoughts on this. Shout out, Gooch. How you doing, homie? Congrats on your wedding again. What's up, everyone? Bro, hope things are good. Things are fucking great. Anyway, so, again, appreciate you. Thank you so much, Gooch. I hope everything's going good for you as well, man. So, as a black comic publisher, do you feel pressure to make comics only for black? Why would you do that? Like from a marketing standpoint, why would you do that? Black people are like 7% of the population. Comics are already a dying art in general. Comic books are dying by and large. Most of them aren't getting funded. And the ones that are getting funded are usually like from other comic book creators and whatnot. So it's kind of this incestuous circle jerk of comic creators funding other people's comics. And it's absolutely ridiculous. But so for the average non-comic reader, why would you, if you're black, make it a focus on black people when that's not even a very good, a piece of the market share? Dude, Mugen's comic, does it star black people? Mostly, yes. Is it for black people? No, it's for fucking anyone that likes to see anime-esque dudes killing fucking vampires in a dystopian future. It's awesome.
To create stories specifically for black people. And honestly, that question stuck with me, because the more I thought about it, the more I realized something I've been dealing with ever since I launched Venus Orion Comics last year.
Now, mind you, Venus Orion Comics only got 2 books out. This is him showing like his expanded universe. Whole lot of actual natural diversity, characters that he just likes the idea of. White guy right front and center, but it's such a stupid argument.
Not just as a comic creator, but as a black creator in general. And I think this conversation is much bigger than comics, because one thing that I've started to notice over the year since I launched Venus Orion Comics is that black creators are expected to create a very specific type of art. And if you don't...
No, Mugen is not gay. No, Mugen's got a daughter, and Mugen's very straight.
Then your blackness gets questioned. So recently there was some controversy surrounding...
He is 1,000% correct. If you are not catering to the hood weeb style black, your blackness gets... I've watched this happen to him. I've watched this happen to Kata. I've watched this happen to Atreus. I've watched this happen to LG Gilmer. I've watched this happen to fucking Vagabond in the chat. I've watched this happen to Fenrir the Ice Wolf. A lot of black content creators that I consider myself cool with or even friends with, I've seen this happen to all of them.
YouTuber named Comics Explained. Now, if you're on the comic side of YouTube, then you already know who this is. I've been watching him pretty much for years. Well, recently, over time, he started getting pretty much criticized or attacked.
Because Comics Explained is black, because he has a massive platform, people, mostly black people, want him to cover black comic books.
And by the way, they want him to cover black comic books. All right, fair enough. What kind of black comic books? Because he then went on to say, I'm going to check out Rippaverse. Well, not that kind of black. Not that kind of black. Eric July is a racist. He's a self-hating black. There's just no fucking winning with these people.
And because you can say he doesn't see race, he just sees a comic as a comic, and maybe he says there are some comics he does not want to cover, people call him out for his coverage, to cover, to not to cover, how he covers it, if he gets covered.
And the controversy had gotten so big to the point that he had to step away from YouTube for quite some time. And watching this unfold made me reflect on something. Why are black creators constantly expected to fit into a social or political box? And why does it feel like we're not allowed to?
Because black people are only allowed to think one way, look one way, vote one way, act one way, and if you step outside that box in any way, shape, or form, you are coon, son! You are Uncle Tom!
To simply exist as ourselves creatively, because this is something that I've personally experienced. Like, ever since I launched
Dude, do you know how many people, hold on, let's
creatively, because this is something that I've personally experienced.
Dude, look at his hair, right? Mugen Lord gotta be the only person on the entire internet going toe-to-toe with me for the best hair, right? Like, I'm gonna give credit where it's due. Mugen Lord's hair looking pretty fucking good. Dude, do you see how often, if you don't follow him on X, you wouldn't know this, but if you follow him, you probably see this once every month or so. Just random darkies coming at him being like, oh, you're just trying to be white because of your hair. Like, you want to be white so bad, look at your hair. Because he doesn't have stereotypical black fucking hair, they come at him. Like, what the fuck? Dude, it's hair, and his hair looks good, by the way.
Like, ever since I launched Variant Colors Vampire Killers last year in 2025, I've been going to conventions, promoting the comics, spoken with readers, and there's a pattern that I've also noticed while I attended these conventions. A lot of times another black person would approach my booth and they'll compliment my work. They'll even say that the world building is interesting and that the art is cool and the characters seem interesting. And then eventually the conversation begins to shift, the tone, the feel, the atmosphere.
And let me take a wild guess. And by the way, it's not gonna be a wild guess. Me and Mugen have talked about this multiple times. But let me take a wild guess and pretend I'm being authentic here about what it's gonna change to. Hey, why are you using an anime art style? Hey, how come your characters don't look like me? How come they've got like, how come they don't have nappy hair? How come they don't have big lips or whatnot? Like, I good goddamn guarantee you that's what he's about to say.
Between the two of us just start to feel a bit uncomfortable or uneasy for a moment. And suddenly I am hit with that question. And that question is, why don't your comics represent us? Or your characters don't look black?
There it is. There. Represent us is a shady fucking way of saying, why don't your characters look black enough? And by the way, look stereotypically black enough is what that actually means, but they won't say that.
Or this feel too inspired by anime. And what that really mean is that my art doesn't match what they...
I mean, look at that. That is fucking cool. All right, hold on.
And what that really mean, or this feel too inspired by anime. And
yeah,
what that really
of course it feels inspired by anime. He's a fucking fan of anime. Mugen Lord has always been a fan of anime. We've talked about anime all day. He talks about it on his fucking channel all the time. He talks about it on streams and whatnot. Yeah, if you're inspired by anime, you're probably going to roll with an anime art style. And by the way, he doesn't even draw this, by the way. He has an artist, a female artist, because, hey, giving fucking women work over in, like, Europe or something like that. So, like, this is a cool fucking art style. When I look at this character, I thought I was a racist. I thought I was a proud racist. How come I could look at this character and be like, yeah, looks like a black guy. But to the black people himself, it's not black enough? I can look at this and tell it's a black dude.
Is that my art doesn't match what they believe black art should look like. And that's the part that frustrates.
Again, I don't know. Character was pretty fucking black to me. I see dreads. I see a little bit of some goateeness, some brown eyes. Character looks plenty black to me. But I don't know, he's done it in a fucking anime art style.
Frustrates me the most. What exactly does black enough means creatively? I have black characters. Variant Colors Vampire Killers is actually the first comic book series led by black characters to launch my universe of Phase 1, The Foundation. Because the issue isn't actually about representation. The issue is they want a specific type of representation. Whether it's aesthetics,
Bingo, bango, but they want a specific time. Look right here. Oh, man, we got the strong black woman. You can tell she got some nappy hair. You can tell she got some big lips. It's being accentuated by the lipstick. Oh, she's the right kind. I don't even know if she's dark enough. But yeah, this is, and again, this is, Kei Arana. This is from Gachi Yakuda, who was just recently ran off the internet because she's a racist. Like, what are we fucking doing here?
A specific skin tone, a specific cultural performance, and if it don't fit their definition, then suddenly it doesn't count. I remember being at ZoloCon of 2024 promoting Variant Colors Vampire Killers up into the actual campaign launch of 2025. And I remember being approached by another black creator who came to my booth, and he told me my comics had potential, or he would say, it's all right. And the thing that really stood out the most to me is that he was saying that the art style and the direction I decided to go is what's going to hold me back as a black creator. Because
first of all, not the case. He's gotten his books funded so far. Art style. First of all, by the way, manga has been outselling comics for like a decade now. If anything, the art style is not going to hold him back. It's going to bolster his book because people have stopped reading comics. People are reading manga now. So going with a more anime/manga art style could help him. But he said the magic words. He said, hold him back as a black creator. The fuck my homie's skin color got to do with it? Why, if it wouldn't hold him back as a white creator, as an Asian creator, as a fucking Latino creator, what you're basically saying is that black people aren't gonna buy your book because you're not representing them. Well, fuck it. If it's not for them, it's not for them.
it favors too much of the anime side of things.
By the way, why would that hold black people back from buying it? Black people love anime! Now, granted, black people are mostly fucking shonen tards that don't watch anything outside of Naruto and Bleach and Dragon Ball and shit like that. But that being said, black people fucking love anime. So even that criticism doesn't make sense.
And he pretty much basically told me to my face that anime and manga is for Asians. And I would never...
Let's do a quick image search. Black anime fan. Black dude. I don't know, maybe these are the same. Maybe these two are the same guy. I know, I can't really tell them apart. Seeing some black characters here. Yeah. Point is, black people love anime. Fucking, here we go. We got Afro Samurai. Done by Samuel L. Goddamn Jackson. Like, what are we fucking doing here? Black people love anime. It's been a pretty well documented thing. Like I said, black people are mostly shonen tards, and that sucks. Blacks watching. If I have any blacks watching besides Vagabond, because I know Vagabond, an actual real anime fan that doesn't only watch shonen, expand your horizons. Watch some sci-fi. I know it's got big words in it. You'll be fucking fine. I believe in you. Watch some romance. Like, you can actually see what a healthy lifestyle looks like and not just abandoning women. Point is, expand your fucking horizon, black people. But yes, keep enjoying anime as long as you're not going to be a fucking hoodweeb about it.
Never have a seat at their table. Then he turned around and just said to me that I should make my work look more black because that's where the money is. And I remember sitting there saying,
the dude in the video? Yeah. And I will link both his X and the video when this is done. But yeah, this is my friend Mugen Lord. He is awesome. He's fucking legendary. I'll link both his channels. This is actually being done on his comment channel. But I want to link his main channel as well, which mostly covers gaming. Dude's a fucking fantastic gamer as well.
Saying that, why can't this just be my style? This style that I chose is a marriage between both Western and Eastern that I love together and brought them together to create the style that I have. Why does my creativity suddenly becomes invalid because it doesn't fit somebody else's idea of blackness? And why do I need permission to create stories that I want to tell? After he said that, and
who do you need that permission from? Other black bums who aren't fucking doing anything with creation, who aren't actually creating anything, who aren't making a legacy, who aren't doing YouTube, who aren't doing comics, who aren't making video games, or if they are doing them, they're doing it the right way, like Compulsion Games did with that South of Midnight game, or what the fuck? Like, whose permission you can even ask?
Criticizing my work and saying that it's alright, he takes out his phone and shows me his work, and he's the creator of the HBCU universe, which is the...
Okay. Dude, I'll be real. This looks way more stereotypical than anything fucking Mugen's done. Like, This right here, people throw. These are the same people that bitch and moan about Barrett in Final Fantasy being a stereotype. These are the same people that bitch and moan that Barrett in Final Fantasy VII is a goddamn stereotype. You basically just drew Barrett, bitch. You can't complain, oh, Barrett's not good representation, he's just a stereotype. Meanwhile, you're criticizing Mugen Lore for going through well, like with an original, or at least semi-original, art style because it doesn't look black enough. Like, they're speaking out both sides of the mouth, which is easier for black people on account of their lips are bigger, but that's neither here nor there.
Historically black college universe that he created of superheroes. And he showed it to me.
Welcome to the Gator Pit, son.
No. No way.
Welcome to the Gator Pit, son.
The stereotype here is fucking palpable. Holy shit.
Off the whole block ice cream, yo.
To me, this seems way more stereotypical. Like, this is the sort of thing that black people, again, they're spinning out both sides of the mouth, because would bitch about. If anybody that wasn't black made this, they would throw an absolute fit saying it's racist. Now, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I don't know. I ain't seen it, but let me tell you, it seems very stereotypical.
And after he showed it to me, and I'm looking like, seriously? Looking at his work and then looking at mine?
Damn it, kid, I'm on my way.
What is going on
Kid, did you
here?
forget? The party was canceled to avoid a potential police raid. Your friend should already know that.
No fucking way. Is he even human?
Jasmine, step away from the window.
Between the two, artistically wise, I'm not, like, unbiased, not defending Mugen because he's my friend. Between the two, in just terms of what do I think visually looks better, what would I choose if I didn't know either of these people, and I don't know the other guy to be fair, based on just visual aesthetics, I'm going with Mugen Lords every time.
Right now.
Damn it. Looks like the police are headed in your direction.
No, wait. Jasmine!
Only then will you become the man I remember. Hezekiah Trippin.
What up, love it?
Seriously? And what's even more frustrating as a black creator is that you're being attacked from both sides of the spectrum. Because one side, if there's any hints of black or any hints of diversity.
Alright, just being in the game isn't the issue. Her design is bad. She's the least attractive female, even less attractive than the two males, but they still went out of their way to put her on the ads and the third main character. That makes me not trust the content, especially in 2024. Okay, we know what you're about. Just drop it, mess, and own it.
It's automatically labeled as woke. Don't even investigate it. Don't even research.
Now, mind you, that's true. That's you. Like, there are subsects of the internet out there, like our John Della Backholes of the world, that like they see a chick in it, they see a black dude or whatever. Oh, automatically woke. You saw this with Furiosa. I made a big fucking deal about this when Furiosa was announced, because when you watch the trailer for Furiosa, there was nothing woke about that trailer. Now, it looked like a dog shit movie, but it looked like a dog shit movie based on the grounds of, like, the CGI looked awful. The action choreography didn't look good. It wasn't a particularly cut trailer. Like, it was, everything about it as a film seemed bad. Furiosa herself getting her own story was no big fucking deal. She was an established character within Mad Max, and homeboy that made the Mad Max movies, I'm blanking on his name, had been saying since 2015 he wanted to do a Furiosa movie. Like, this is... You do have your subsects of the quote-unquote, like, anti-woke crowd or whatever, that the moment they see a fucking jigaboo in a video game, they're gonna be like, oh, it's woke. It's woke. Like, no. I'm sorry, nah. We've got plenty of cool-ass black fucking characters. Now, there's gonna be other signs. I'll put it there. There's gonna be other signs. I look at a design like this. Now, I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is a game or whatnot. I see a design like this. I like this. I think this looks cool. I think this, I genuinely like the design of this character. Shit, if you look at my top 5 favorite anime of all time, one of them is a series called Carol and Tuesday. Let me show y'all what the main character, here we go. These are the main characters of Carol and Tuesday right here. Notice how Carol's a black chick? Carol's awesome. Favorite character in the fucking anime. Carol is awesome. And now, mind you could kind of say the show is. I'll admit, there's some pretty lefty style political themes to that show, so it is what it is. But it's a good fucking show. I like it. It's not inherently woke just because black.
Search it. They see a black creator. They see some diversity, and it's automatically woke. And I've said this in a video months ago, or even a year ago, that I even addressed some of the racism that actually does exist, legitimate racism, where they don't want black people or... and Del Walker, he's a black dude, he's a piece of shit, he's like coming out, attacking Smash JT, attacking anti-woke people and whatnot, and he was attacked by his own kind, the wokies, for this post, and in fact, he and I interacted over this post, so we had a pretty cordial interaction, despite the fact that he's an absolute insane individual. Any forms of diversity represented at all in comics, video games, and even movies or any form of entertainment. And I addressed that in a 40-minute video. So if you want to go check that out, you can check it out as well. So as a black creator, you also have to deal with that. But then there's the other side. And that other side is people always questioning whether your work is black enough. So you end up in this weird space where one side rejects you for simply existing, and then the
Is your work black enough? Man, God, what would you rather read? Like, between these two, what would you rather read? Mugen's comic? You know, the fucking dope-ass vampire-killing comic that has got black characters, which are fucking awesome? Or would you rather read By Odin's Fade? Miles Morales with the fucking kicks or whatever, with the Jordans, saying all sorts of stereotypical black shit. It's... What, between those two, what do you think is better representation?
Other side rejects you for not performing your identity correctly, and that's exhausting. And I've experienced this directly with one of my characters. Just a couple months ago on social media, I posted and revealed one of my black female characters who goes by the name Dr. Yolanda Briggs. And she...
Bro, he got fucking flamed for her not being black enough. Because of her hair. It always goes back to the fucking hair with these goddamn black people, these fucking hoodweebs. Guys, this is an attractive character model right here. Like, this is... Look at that. That's an attractive character model right there. What's the deal with her hair? Her hair is apparently too white. Her hair isn't nappy, so she's not a real black character. She's fucking cool, and she's hot. Yeah, it's great character design. Show it off on the big screen one more time. Show it off on the big screen one more time. Look at this. This is a cool character design. Oh, but her name is Yolanda. Her name is Yolanda. Yeah.
She makes her first debut in Variant Killers, Vampire Killers, Chapter 2 next year when I launch my Kickstarter campaign in 2027. So be on the lookout for that. And also shout outs to the voice actress of Dr. Yolanda Briggs, Akshima. She has done a really good job. Anyway, I did not expect her to bring so much controversy once I made the post, because the blackness crowd has stepped in and told me that she's not a black woman. And just picture this for a minute.
There's nothing about this depiction that denotes blackness, in my opinion. How about the fact that she's got black fucking skin, you troglodyte? She could easily be Hindu or Indian or a well-tanned white woman, which I'm against neither, but black representation should actually be represented. Otherwise, what's the point? Or she's just a fucking cool character on her own goddamn merits. Like, are you really serious with this bullshit? And of course, this is coming from a black dude. Thomas Redacted. Thomas_Redacted. And I wonder if we look up his X account right now. I wonder where he is from. Let's see. Thomas Redacted. Yeah, first of all, he's a fucking nobody criticizing Mugen who actually knows his shit. Okay, at least we know he's probably actually from the U.S. considering he's connected via the United States Android app and account based in the U.S. I truly wasn't sure if that would be the case.
The creator. I am the creator. And a black...
Yeah, I'm calling BS on the last part. I've seen plenty of Indian women and only a handful of tan, white, Greek, or Mediterranean women that look like this IRL. There's not a single black woman that looks like this IRL. If you made this, you should be able to do a better job showing black features. Like, what do these people want from artists, from creators, people who are just out there, again, actually doing something? Mugen's doing a whole lot more than I'm doing. I'm just making YouTube videos, bro. I'm just making YouTube videos talking about shit. I ain't exactly got the most artistic creativity within me. Now, to be fair, some of my videos, they're like the highly edited ones, like the Hoodweeb one, like the most recent one I did about mixtape. Those are bangers. I consider those art. But by and large, what do? I sit here and talk fucking politics. Mugen Lord out there actually making shit that it's not even like to fight the culture war. He's just making what he wants to make.
Creator on top of that told them that Yolanda Briggs is a black woman, but they're telling me that she's not. And this is from the same crowd on social media that would tell you to respect the author's creation. But now you have a black creator such as myself, and now they're telling me as the creator,
you specific trying your hardest to not give her any black features, definitely a choice. And of course, you got some fucking white guy saying that. Or maybe some sort of fucking Latino or Mexican or whatever, I don't know. Point is, like, this is ridiculous. You're specific, but he didn't even spell any of that, right? You specific trying your hardest to not give her any black features is definitely a choice. First of all, you specifically, but that's neither here nor there. You learning to spell and you learning to type accurately, that is also definitely a choice. But yeah, Leon, you're going to play mixtape? Hell the fuck no, I ain't.
that's not a black woman. And no matter how hard I try to plead the case and argue the point that Dr. Yolanda Briggs is a black woman, people still try to override it because Yolanda Briggs doesn't fit their ideal image of what a black character is supposed to look like. Meanwhile, these are the same people online who would claim completely unrelated anime characters as black based on hairstyle and vibes. And
he's objectively correct. This is the same crowd that swears up and down that Yoruichi in Bleach is black. She's not. She's Southeast Asian. Yoruichi isn't black. Hold on. Let me show you guys. Yoruichi right here. They are more than happy to claim Yoruichi is black, even though the creators, TJ Kubo has said multiple times, she's Southeast Asian. Guess what? Southeast Asian, they're pretty fucking dark. No, Yoruichi is not black. Katsuka is not black from Berserk. That one I didn't know. I don't know what she would be, but yeah, I didn't know that. To be fair, I also never really see Katsuka as one of the, like, bastions of black anime characters. But yeah, no, Kubo has said she's Southeast Asian.
what do I mean by that? You have a certain sector of black Twitter or the black anime community that will claim Piccolo as black. Will claim
Piccolo's fucking green. They'll claim Knuckles is black too. And to be fair, they claim Sonic is black. They claim Knuckles is black. Basically, anybody in Sonic that isn't Tails is black.
Knuckles from Sonic.
Fucking called it. Didn't even, dude. Beat you to the punch, Mugen.
The Hedgehog as black, but for some reason, to these same people, Yolanda Briggs is not black. We can take it a step farther and take Yurichi from Bleach. For some,
he's pulling every single example I already gave. We're not just pulling these out of nowhere. The reason he and I came up with the same 3 fucking examples off the top of our dome is because we see it every day on black Twitter.
For some strange reason, she's considered black, but Dr. Yolanda Briggs isn't black. You see where this conflict is coming from? You see?
Fucking Hypnosis pre-watched. No, I'm just real good at recognizing these fucking hoodweebs and fake black people, fake fucking fans that don't buy a goddamn thing because they don't have jobs.
Where this is not making any sense, and it gets even more insane when it comes to this. But the fact is that I'm always constantly being told that I'm trying to appease Asian people, white people, because of the artistic style that I chose to go with when it comes to Venus Orion comics. And now my artist, who is Chinese, who does all of my artwork.
Oh, I thought his artist was European. My bad.
Her name is Shabibit. She does a great job.
And Hypno's right. Ironically enough, I'm chimping out over these fucking chimps.
with all of the animation and work she has done as my artist ever since 2020 up until now, and we've been working together really well. And here it is, we have these group of people telling me that I should fire my artist and get a
just because you say something doesn't make it true. Yes, she is your creation, but she's not black, to be honest, not in the eyes of many. Yeah, and you don't get to decide. You didn't fucking create, you dumb son of a bitch. Instead of bowing to Eastern culture, you should find a better artist and not be so ashamed of your heritage. What would make him ashamed of his hair? You want to know what? He's got great heritage, or at least, I don't know about heritage, but he's got a great family unit. His dad and mom stayed together. They raised their kids. They had money. They got the new game systems. They would hang out with their father. You know, like his father worked at a fucking school, if I recall. What do you mean? Oh, not be ashamed of your heritage. Trust me, I good goddamn guarantee Mugen got a better relationship with his father than Thomas fucking Redacted here.
black artists in order to properly
correct, Gooch. They would. It would.
This is getting out of control. And yet, these are the same people that demand these Eastern studios to validate their existence. You can't make this up. At some point, I begin to realize that this conversation isn't really about representation anymore. It becomes identity gatekeeping. And over time, I realized something important. Some people who look like you won't like you for being yourself. Their goal isn't to support your creation.
Correct. Some people, guys, I'll be real. There's a whole lot of white lefties out there. I don't give them a pass on being retarded left-wing nut jobs on account of, oh, well, you know, we're vaguely the same skin color. That's fucking retarded. And yes, anyway, I'm actually probably more black than Mugen. This is true. Between me and Mugen, I'm probably more. Minorities hold each other down more than any white person ever has. Fucking agreed.
Creativity.
Well, Asians don't do that to each other. Asians will hold other Asians down, and like the Japs will hold the Chinese down, and vice versa and whatnot. But that's because like I'm actually impressed at the level of Asian racism. I am. Because I look at Asians, and the only one I can tell difference is Filipino. Filipinos do look different on account of, you know, like it's. I don't know what it is, but Filipinos look different. But if you were to show me a South Korean, a Chinese person, and a Japanese person all next to each other, bro, I could not tell the fucking difference. I don't know how them Asians can do it. That's some advanced mathematical racism, and I'm kind of impressed by it.
Their goal is to make sure that you stay inside their version of blackness that they approve of. And if you step outside of that, you become a problem. And honestly, I'm not interested in creating from that mindset. I created Venus Orion Comics because there's stories I want to tell, worlds I want to build, characters I want to explore. And I also reject the idea that black creators should only create stories centered around race or cultural identity. Some creators want to do that, and that's completely fine. And hell, I even supported black creators in their comics that support and only focus on black narrative, black stories, that black identity, and they have some great stories. There's also a manga studio that
notice how he was going there, showing all of his fucking comics and whatnot, the art he has on the back of his walls, which, to be fair, is his own original art. You know, he's a hentai artist as well. But the point is, I could goddamn guarantee that he has supported more black creators and actually bought and read black comics than any of these people throwing a fucking bitch fit about his work. He's out here actually practicing what he preaches, and they just want to say some dumb shunt X for clout to their 170 fucking followers. El Murbot with a two-banger. Most are casual and racist. Asians playing on pro. Correct.
just focuses on the greatness of black identity, which is Saturday AM Studios. You can go check them out. So it exists, but it's not mandatory. And black creators like myself, such as Eric July in the Ripperverse and Corey Kenshin in his manga called The Monsters We Make, and
okay, hold on, full stop. It's not a manga. It's not. It's a comic. Corey Kenshin didn't make a manga. It wasn't made in Japan. Beyond that, everything else he says is pretty correct. But Corey Kenshin didn't make a manga. It wasn't made in Japan.
Just recently, Jada Concept just released his own manga. Creators like us, we don't adhere to those rules or those social obligations that was thrusted upon us as black creators. We don't adhere to that. We create stories that...
Leon is ricing out is fucking wild. News for Black... Art Attack X, I think I follow that account. News for Black fans that were needlessly mad at Kay Arana. I gotta say the conversation of representation is tiring. The new talking point of we never get proper representation is strange to me, because in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, there were plenty of great black characters, created naturally because it was cool, not to fill a checkbox, like some of the bigger corporations do these days. Everything today is race, race, race. A person's whole identity, not just skin color. The media didn't help either, as I'm remembering an article listing Finn in Star Wars as the first black character in sci-fi. Are we serious? Reminds me when Jennifer Lawrence said that she was the first woman to lead an action movie. The revisionist history in this one, in order to heighten negative emotions, must end. Once again, if you don't like what's out, find something new. And look at all the black fucking characters he has got right here. Bishop, Afro Samurai, Blade, Huey, I'm not particularly familiar with this character, to be 100% honest. You got Homeboy from Predator 2, I'm blanking on his name. But the point is, Predator 2, I think it's Black Dynamite, some sort of blaxploitation character. Point is, look at all these fucking black characters right here.
We want to create, and that should be completely fine. Growing up, I love Spider-Man, Batman, X-Men.
Adira. Whoa, I'm gonna have to try this name. Hold on a sec, because you might be new. Adira Derader? Did I say it right? Adira Derader? Either way, for a 20 banger, says, yeah, I pre-ordered Jay the Concept's book. Check him out. I have no idea who Jay the Concept is. I'm happy to check it out. Thank you for the 20 banger. I'm sure Mugen Lord will probably tell me all about it, because I bet he knows. But shout out for the 20 banger. Thank you. If you're new here, welcome to the party, pal. You know what? I meant to play clips last time, and I forgot to play clips, so I'll play a clip right now. For a 20 banger, I'm going to show you Leon Brassing as a Bonix. What this channel is all about, my man. What this channel is all about. This is for you. Here's some horsecock.
Horse semen's great.
I'm digging horsecock.
Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me say it. Ooh, as I keep more.
My favorite stallion that I keep in my top drawer kinda goes hard though.
Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock and eat horse.
I don't know how we're going to ever top horsecock.
Shout out. Thank you for the 20 banger. Hopefully you sub after that. Appreciate you, homie.
Superman. And
yes, by the way, to whoever said that, somebody said about Spawn. If people forget Spawn is black. Yes, people do forget Spawn's black.
Definitely Dragon Ball Z. None of those characters look like me, and yet I had a connection with them. Because great characters connect through
perfect.
pain,
Thank you, Adder.
ambition, motivation.
Sleepy Nova, member for 6 months. You know, I'm a black anime fan. I love dark shonen, fantasy, and mecha anime. When it comes down to these hoodweeb, they don't know crap. First of all, I don't think I knew you were black. Not that it fucking matters, but you know what? Thank you for breaking the stereotype of the fucking hoodweebs out there and the darkies and the black peoples only watching goddamn shonen.
Hope and
thank you for member for 6 months as well.
Not just race. Every black kid I knew in the hood loved Dragon Ball Z. Everyone.
What did I say earlier, dude, about black people loving anime? Yes, man, Atreus has told us stories about him stealing the Yu-Gi-Oh cards when he was a kid, because all the black kids love Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, of course, they had to fucking steal the cards because, you know, it's Atlanta.
Wanted to be Goku and Vegeta. And
fucking Atreus is out there building Gundams on Saturday Night Hypnosis every Saturday now that I think about it. Atreus has got his camera off, building Gundams in the nude. I'm not making this up. He has said it. He's sitting there, black balls out, fucking building Gundams instead of participating properly in Saturday Night Hypnosis. I don't want to hear this whole black people won't buy my comic because, or black people won't buy your comic because it's Asian and manga inspired and shit.
Their race had nothing to do with it. We knew we were those characters. And don't lie, some of you even pretended in your room trying to transform into a Super Saiyan. Nobody cared about their race. We connected with their journey. And that's how I approach storytelling with Venus and Ryan comics. No matter black, white, Latino, or Asian, you could pick up a chapter of
but notice he didn't say Latina because women don't read comics.
VK and relate to Hezekiah, Isaiah, Caleb, even Varian himself. You should be able to connect with Darnell Brooks, the Dust Defender, despite him being black.
Golden Apples just became a member all on his own. Shout out, Golden Apples. Thank you so much. I hope your game is released soon, homie. It's looking great.
Even with my mixed race characters, such as Princess Adax and Faith Tanaka. Hell, I can't wait to tell Lazarus' story once we explore the cosmic corner of my universe, because these characters deal with struggle and show motivations that anyone can relate to, because these characters are not...
Yeah, because it's almost like the hero's journey and a hero's story is kind of irrelevant to their fucking skin color in most instances. Now, you're gonna obviously there's gonna be some stories that are pretty like inherently black fucking stories, like Juice, you know, the Tupac movie Juice. That wouldn't have worked with a white guy. Let's be real. That's. But by and large, most dude, if Star Wars came out, and I know, Tiger King, you despise Star Wars. I get it, but this is a pretty good example, you know, that's everyone's gonna understand. So yes, I know you despise Star Wars. If Star Wars came out, you know, it's 1976, and the casting of Luke Skywalker was fucking black back then, and his story was the exact same, nobody would have given a fuck.
Not only just fictional, but they also have hope. They represent that brokenness that people have trying to survive a chaotic world. And at the end of the day, I don't believe that black creators should be forced into a creative box. We should be allowed to experiment, create freely, take inspiration from other culture.
Hard to disagree with you. Girls and women do read manga and watch anime. It's different than the ones that go for a different genre. No, okay. Tiamat Lord, you might be new to the channel. I'm a pretty raging misogynist and like to rail against women just because it's fucking hilarious.
And most importantly, tell the stories that we want to tell. Not stories designed to satisfy a social checklist. Because the moment the creators lose the freedom to create authentically, art starts becoming performance rather than passion.
At that point, if it's becoming performance, it's not art. Unless, of course, it's performance art, but that's a little bit fucking different.
And honestly,
Abomination AJ says, I want Charmy to be melanated. I hate this motherfucker.
I'd rather fail being myself than succeed pretending to be someone that I'm not. So let me ask you, do you feel that creators today are pressured to fit into identity expectations? And should the artist feel there's an objective answer to this. Do you feel creators today are pressured to be... The fact that this video exists and that he was able to show examples... Notice how he was doing something that Disney never does. Oh, Kelly Marie Tran had to deactivate her Instagram account because of all the racism. And they would only show the same 3 posts over and over by people mysteriously with no profile pictures. Like, that's not... Homeboy is actually out here showing full-on receipts of him being, at least them attempting to pressure him into it. So this isn't even a question with a, like, oh, here's my opinion. You can objectively say, yeah, black creators, probably creators in general, but black creators are 100% pressured to do stuff that fits within a certain box, within a certain narrative, within a certain demographic, within a certain stereotype. Yeah, that pressure is undeniably there. Now, to what level we can debate, but it's there for sure. Obligated to represent their race or culture in a specific way. Let me know in the comment sections below. And thanks for watching this video. This is Brian Howard Blackson Jr. signing off.
Excellent video. My boy Mugen absolutely killed it. So here's the dealio. If you guys don't follow him, first of all, I'm gonna link 3 things. This is the link to that video. That's on his second channel for his comic book, which you should check out. His comic is fucking great. His comic is fucking great. You should check that out. If you're more into the gameplay side of things, if you like gaming, his main channel, Mugen Lord, this one right here, which I will link to you guys. Capcom Fighting Game Collection Review. Ask us anything. Okay, he did a stream with LG a couple days ago. LG, another friend of the fucking channel. LG's awesome. He's doing tech reviews on fucking microphones. His video, this is a very good video. I don't have time for games like I used to. Talking about how, like, he wants to play games, he's still a gamer, but doesn't have the time. His thoughts on Xenoverse 3, Pragmata, like, the dude's a gamer through and fucking through. So yeah, link his channel, and then let me find his X account. I would love for people to go support my boy. Like, Mugen Lord, he's a good friend, he's a good creator, he's a good writer. I just like giving my boys big ups. But there's his X account if you want to follow him there. So yeah, dude's a legend, dude's a friend, and hopefully you all give him, you know, your thoughts and opinions, and maybe even end up picking up his book. Who's to say? Yeah, dude's cool as fuck. He is. He really is. Alrighty. There were some super chats that came in that didn't get clips played. I need to play a couple clips real quick. And you know what? Since we were just talking about blackness and whatnot, and I won't lie, I was a little too pro-black in that little rant there. So we need to get the racism back on track. So this is for you.
I know now that it could never work between us. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
And also, during that first segment, I was a little bit too nice to the trannies. So we need to get back to being transphobic as well.
Now excuse me while I harass someone for having pronouns in their bio.
Shout out. Thank you for the soups and whatnot that have come through so far. Thank you for the memberships. Absolutely appreciated. Let's get back into the content. I guess I'm just going to react to all my friends' videos today. I guess that's what's going down. I think I'm just going to react to all my videos because we're going straight from Mugen Lord to a Spiritu, and then from there, we're going to be doing a hypnotic video before we do our final one, which is the Asmongold video. So it's just like, hey, I just want an excuse to watch my friends do shit. Alrighty. Let's get into this. Anime is left wing. Now, this all started from a post a couple days ago, which blew the fuck up, and it was absolutely ridiculous. And part of me wonders, is this just engagement bait bullshit? And the other part of me is like, no, they 100% believe this, which is, the post says something akin to, I can't believe there are Republican anime fans out there when anime inherently flies in the face of all of their beliefs, which is objectively untrue. In fact, if you watched me and Hypno streaming Revenant Tuesday night, which we're going to be doing again, Remnant, not Revenant, Remnant from the Ashes Tuesday night, and we're going to be doing another stream tonight over on the gaming channel, so make sure you check that, because me and Hypno are fucking loving that game. We talked about this a little bit just in casual conversation while streaming the game last night. So let's check out my friend Spitter2 and see what he has to say on this situation.
About the anime community.
Oh man, he's got his audio. His stream was like this morning as well. I gotta tell this motherfucker to up his goddamn audio. His audio sucks.
Is this whole rivalry between the left versus the right, and the whole idea that anime...
Golden apples for a 10-banger. I've been taking a much needed rest, but thankfully the game is cleared for release, although there are still things I need to do beforehand before I'm going to press the button. Valve gave the go-ahead. Yes! Big ups to Golden Apple's YouTube, just like we were talking about with Mugen Lord actually out there creating, doing what they want to do, doing what they love. Golden Apple's game is gotten approved for release on Steam. That is awesome. You'll love to see it. Mad congrats, my man. This is for you.
Call it whatever, but if I made $1 for each time I made a racist joke, I would actually have $0. 'Cause I'm not joking.
Based? Based? Hello?
Shout out. Thank you for the 10-banger. And Vagabond, you were watching Spirit2 stream this morning? I didn't see you in the chat. Maybe we were watching at different times. He went for like over 3 hours, which is unusual for him. All right, we're going to start this over since I interrupted it with the clips and whatnot.
One of the things that I really hate about the anime community is this whole rivalry between the left versus the right, and the whole idea that...
Already, I think he's wrong. I do not think that there's a rivalry within the anime community between the left and the right. I mean, I'm sure there are small pockets of it, but I don't think it's there. I think the majority of it is, right-wing or conservative or apolitical or libertarian. The people that are not obnoxious fucking lefties don't care. They just consume the fucking content. And then the left has a one-sided rivalry, straight up shadowboxing everybody else because they can't stand that people that they ideologically disagree with and hate are enjoying the same hobby as them. That's what it really is. El Mervoff with a 2-banger says, anime. Most creators are opposite of Western creators. Correct. Yes. But the East and the West are absolutely different in their left-wing, right-wing dynamic. It is not even comparable.
Anime is claimed from one side or the other, and honestly, I feel like the left is the worst when it comes to this, but the right does it quite a lot, where the right will try to claim something is politically motivated or religiously motivated.
Again, I think the right just tries to claim it is not politically motivated or it is not religiously motivated. Now, again, you've got your dumbasses out there like John De La Backhole, who went viral with that stupid fucking post, anime is inherently right-wing Christian, and then he got fucking roasty toasted by everybody on X, even especially Japanese X for it. But those are that is absolute nothing account from an absolute nothing person that just happened to go viral with inflammatory dumbassery. El Murdoch with the two-banger. Rivalry is now real gins versus hoodweeb weirdos. Absolutely agreed.
But at the same time,
Thank you for the
try
two-banger.
and fight against how the left is like, oh, well, this is inherently racist because it's right-leaning policy. We only need to look at, like, the situation with Free Ren, right? Where you had a specific content creator who crashed the hell out. If you remember it, you remember it. It was an epic time where he made a...
Okay. Free Ren's a bad example because I've been saying, like, oh, so-and-so is not inherently right-wing or left-wing or whatnot. To me, Free Ren actually is inherently right-wing, and not just in the American political demographic sort of way or dynamic sort of way, but Japanese as well. Like Free Ren is one of the few examples that you can actually pinpoint a specific political ideology, and it maps on effectively perfectly. That being said, it being inherently right-wing does not mean it cannot be enjoyed by left-wingers or whatnot, because the story on its own is so good, the characters are so good, the whole nine. We're talking about the ideology behind it, not the content of the story.
Long-winded video basically whining about tweets, where he was trying to say that Free Ren was inherently racist because it was right-wing coded and trying to use some Lord of the Rings rubbish in there. And then you have tweets like this, where it's trying to push the whole...
Yeah, this is the one that sparked it. Yeah, how can anyone be a fan of anime and be right-wing? Most of the narratives fly in the face of right-wing ideology. And we got our boy Yellow Flash coming in with some heat right here. Just Vegeta laughing. Didn't even need to say shit, just Vegeta laughing. Best way... You can either ignore this, or if you're going to engage with it, shit like this is the way to do it.
Idea that actually anime is left-wing, and it's just like, this is the problem that I have with people on the left, is that they want to politicize and weaponize everything to shove it back in your face. And this is why you see a lot of Western media being used in a way where it's been politicized and weaponized to try and ram it back into your face and being like, see, it's political, and we're going to use that politics and political message.
Fab coming in with a fucking 50 banger. You absolute legend. You didn't need to. Thank you so goddamn much. Truly appreciated. With political ideology aside, this is done out of sheer spite. These progressives are so jealous, insecure, and unable to clearly think or willing to improve on their own life. They have nothing else to contribute to the world except pure spite. Well, actually, I'm going to add to that. Not only do I think you're correct, I think that spite is a huge part of it. I think that the spite and jealousy, insecurities are a huge part of it, and that is why they need anime, why they need comics, why they need movies, why they need this quote-unquote escapism. They need that escapism to cater to them because the real world rejects them, rightfully so. The real world operates, by and large, on some pretty simple principles that have existed since the dawn of humanity, right? There's a reason that men are biologically predisposed to enjoy working with things more than people. The opposite for women. These are on average. So obviously there's going to be exceptions to the rule, but exceptions to the rule only prove that there is, in fact, a rule. And when you test this in monkeys, when you test this in chimps, and I mean actual monkeys and chimps, not black people, and you see the boy monkeys prefer playing with trucks, and the girl monkeys prefer playing with dolls. These are actual just rules and laws of nature, and they are so spiteful and jealous that their fringe worldview is not being bowed and kowtowed to, because for a little bit of time it was, and now it seems like the pendulum's swinging back to an era of normalcy. They need this escapism. They have to escape into these worlds and these hobbies and these things of fiction, these other things that aren't real, just like their own ideology, to validate them. It is disgusting. It is gross. It is evil. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Entertainment in general. It's all these things. And it's because since the real world won't validate them, they need to find some fictional source that will. Shout out Anthony Wayne, 100 joules, giving a high five. Thank you so much. This is for both of you. In fact, I'll play a couple because that was incredibly generous. So we're going to start off with a total chud victory. You love to see it. I'll play one more for you guys. Absolute legends. While we are talking about anime and right wing, I feel like it's only time to remind you guys that Shinji is a gay little weirdo.
I know you've done absolutely nothing productive today, But who gives a shit? You're just a weird little gay boy doing the best you can. And I'm proud of you for making it this far in life as a gay little weirdo. Keep shining.
Keep shining, Fab. All right, let's keep going.
Messaging against you. And I think it really highlights that these people aren't genuinely interested in the medium itself from a passion standpoint or a genuine interest, but they're more looking to, again, leech onto something, be a parasite, and use it and weaponize it and twist it into an abomination.
No, that is a deep fake. That's an AI voice to sound like Donald. That's not an actual Donald Trump quote.
And get at the people that genuinely enjoy it for what it is. And those examples are like Free Ram. So this is why I always get irritated at these people that try to politicize and weaponize those kinds of things. That also being said, I just want to note on it because it needs to be a fair balance here that, yeah, sometimes there are some content creators on the right.
But it's not fair and balanced to be, and it never will be. While I do agree with him that there are some on the right that do this, it is not balanced, because balance would mean there's an equal amount of it going on. There's not. You've got some fringe idiots on the right, and I would not even consider John Della Backhole, for example, on the right. He is an SJW in right-wing clothing. He is cosplaying as a right-winger the exact same way that dudes cosplay as women and call it being fucking trans. But there are some niche small accounts on the right and whatnot that do this, but there's so much more on the left, exponentially more, that it's not balanced. I think trying to apply a balance to it is actually doing it a disservice.
That are trying to politicize and weaponize things. But as far as comparisons go, at least in my personal experience, it's far, far, far more less.
Okay, fine. At least he acknowledges that much. So I disagree with his usage of the word balance, but he does acknowledge it. That's good.
But I think it's also a factor because anime is very heavily overly dominated by the left as far as content creators go and voices go, because of the fact that the social media sphere for so long has been controlled by the left, right? You look at YouTube, you look at Twitch, you look at what used to be Twitter, right? Facebook, Instagram, etc. It was all heavily curated and controlled by the left. And then once, okay, you don't have to like the guy, but Elon rolled in and went, hey, I'm buying Twitter, turn it into X. You started to see a genuine shift where other social media platforms had to kind of...
Correct. He's objective. Now, X has a lot of issues, mostly bot issues. X has a lot of bot issues, and X has a lot of monetization issues because people do, like, rage bait stuff or engagement farming or whatnot, which is technically against the rules. People get away with it anyway. X has a lot of issues. The political balance on X nowadays ain't fucking one of them.
Kind of shift and be a little bit more balanced, due to the fear that a lot of those people were slowly shifting over to other platforms. And X isn't the only place, right? We've got like other sites like Kick and Rumble and all that have tried to be a lot more fair and balanced and all that kind of stuff. And as much as I have my issues when it comes to like different sites and that, you can see that now there are other platforms that are giving voices to other people. It's harder for YouTube to justify constantly trying to silence and censor people on a certain political side, because
I think he's again 100% correct here. YouTube used to be the most censorious, awful, evil platform, especially at the height of like COVID and stuff. There was quite a bit of it during the first Trump administration. However, they have backed off on that. I know a lot of people that refuse to use YouTube because of what happened during the first Trump administration, because of the COVID era, and that's fair, dude. If you're like, fuck it, they burned their bridge, never doing it again, I am not going to judge it for that. I will say Rumble is not much better, but I don't need to get in my Rumble can of worms. You guys have heard it multiple times. There's a reason I don't stream to Rumble. Let's put that way. There's a reason I don't stream to Rumble, and I'll put my videos on Rumble. And I probably should just have a backup and whatnot, and I've tossed around the idea of maybe at least throwing my videos back up there on Rumble. We'll see. But the point is, YouTube in 2026, really YouTube in like 2024 and onward, is not the same YouTube that was being experienced in 2016, 2020, the whole nine. YouTube more or less has been forced to be a bit more fair, a bit more balanced, a bit more accommodating to those of us with, some of the more fringe, as they want you to believe it is, beliefs, even though it isn't. It's actually the majority belief. Like, it's one thing for me, a small creator, to say faggot on my live streams and nothing happened. They don't know me from Adam. I'm a fucking nobody, right? But when Crowder is saying it, when Joe Rogan is saying it, when Tim Pool's saying it, when you got all these massive accounts that are ideologically opposed to what YouTube stands for, just openly saying faggot, and they're and the videos are going up and the streams are going up and it's not bleeped, it's not blurred, and they're still monetized, that should show you that there is a shift in YouTube's mentality.
Because, well, now they know people are just going to go to another platform and voice their opinion there, and those voices are slowly growing and building momentum, which is why you're seeing a genuine shift within the anime community, and I think why certain content creators, and I'm thinking a couple in my mind on the left, and you're probably thinking some, but I'm thinking a couple others, probably some you aren't realizing, that are getting very scared and angry and vicious towards content creators because they realize.
I wonder who he's referring to. Could it be Bonsai Pop? Maybe you're thinking of some others as well, but Bonsai Pop's the first one that comes to my mind.
That they don't have the narrative power and control like they used to. Sure, they can use Anime News Network and My Anime List and Reddit to try and weaponize and use against people, but it just doesn't have the same punch like it used to anymore. They're starting to lose momentum. And this is why I think they're starting to freak out, and they're trying to create this narrative within these tweets of this whole idea that anime is actually inherently always been left-leaning, and actually it's not right. And you know what? I'm going to bring up a tweet from my last video.
Y'all remember when there was a huge crash out over this anime movie, like a couple of years ago, maybe it was a year and a half ago, to the point where Shoe on Head, who doesn't even watch anime, did a video on it. And now, to be fair, I haven't seen this. I still need to watch it. It's on my watch list. I really want to watch it. Maybe, just maybe, I can convince Sevi to watch it with me. Incredible, from what I've heard, incredible movie. I need to check it out. But this anime film, yeah, Shoe on Head did love it. This anime film caused a massive amount of outrage for fucking nothing, and it just it popped back up on X a couple days ago. I was like, are we just, it's dead internet theory, dude. It is dead internet theory in action. All we're seeing is the same shit over and over, recycled, repurposed every 6 months, year and a half, whatever. Same thing being outraged about, same sort of news stories. Like, if you need like further proof the dead internet theory is real, I don't know how to give it to you. It is all out there.
I rest my case. This specific anime, and I talked about it in my last video, always upsets
That's awesome,
the
Netflix.
left. Why? Because
the name of the anime film, it is Josie something. Yeah, Josie and the Tiger.
Idea of finding love, a male and a female falling in love, and the idea of families and all. I mean, you know Connor? You know, remember Connor? Yeah, from Trash Taste. Remember that guy? Yeah, the guy that constantly whines about the concept of a man and a woman falling in love and a woman being a mother and being in the kitchen and
Look, I don't want to dog on Connor. Well, I mean, I do. But what I mean by this is, I have to say thank you to Connor. Sea Dog VA, for those that don't know, part of the Trash Taste content, Trash Taste podcast. Because dogging on Connor did give me one of my highest viewed videos of all time. Like several tens of thousands of views. So I do kind of just need a little tip of the hat. Thanks for being such a retarded ass homo queer, Connor.
Taking care and being an actual mother. Oh no, that disgusts him. That very concept really disgusts him. He constantly whines about it. These people hate the idea of what would see as traditional values. And I use that word more specifically because I don't think it should be a left or right specific value. I think it should just be human values, traditional values in wanting to find love, have a family.
Yeah, but he just used a slur. He just used a nasty word right there. He just said traditional. Ooh, they hate that word. They hate that word, tradition. If it's traditional, we must tear it down. Well, I've heard a pretty cool description for the word tradition. I never thought as before. I never thought of it. I never considered it. I never heard. But now that I've heard it, it is stuck with me and I'll never forget it. What does tradition actually mean? Tradition are social experiments that worked. Tradition is just a social experiment that worked. Pretty fucking brilliant.
And build something together. That's like, it's seen as old thinking, but I think, again, sometimes the old way is the good way. In some contexts, yeah. And when you see animes like this that push the idea of finding love between a man and a woman and building a family, it angers the left so much, it boils their blood to the point where they rage. And that's why I used Connor's example, because of Spy Family, right? He constantly takes jabs at the whole idea of a woman being a mother. Oh, the travesty of a woman being a mother. It's a crime. It's like, for fuck's sake. And you wonder why people just don't want to listen to these facetious...
I would love to be like, yo, Connor, my mom was a drug-addicted prostitute who ran out on us because she liked meth more than being around her own kids. What do you say is more important, a mom in the household or the way I grew up? What would you think was the more beneficial way for a child to grow up? With his mom running out on him after attempted suicide and enjoying drugs? Or what is shown in Spy Family? What do you think would be more optimal for a child?
Hypocrites and grifters. That's why Joey has quickly been pivoting his content back to being what he used to be, while he jumped on the whole, little grift of I'm an anime hipster and everything's trash and trying to push that narrative. Now, because his main channel's dying off, he's now trying to pivot his content more in a specific direction to cater to that, again, more traditional right-leaning values. He's trying to go back to his old original self. Because that's, like I said, they're getting scared. They're getting worried. Because they're realizing they're not able to have that monopoly that they used to have as far as the attention span of the consumer. They grifted to one side, and they realized it didn't quite last as long as they'd hoped, and now they're trying to slowly shift back, and I'm using...
And he's using the word grift correctly, because they never believed it. We use the term grift as a joke. Tiger King calls me a grifter. Hypnotic calls me a grifter. We call each other grifters. Atreus out here calls us the grift god. But we use it as a joke, right? Because we know we're not grifters. We know we actually care what we're talking about. We cover the shit that we care about for a reason. Like, earlier, when Netflix forum was all like, oh, Leon, when are you going to talk about the Steam Deck? I'm not, because I don't give a fuck. If I were to cover the Steam Deck price increases, that would be grifting. Because I would be pretending I care about something and lying to you guys for financial gain. You guys viewing the videos, viewing the live streams, that gives me money via AdSense. You guys sending the super chats like El Mervoth did so generously just now. I'll read it in just a moment. That would be grifting, because I'm lying to my audience for financial gain. These people were definitionally actually grifters, because you know good goddamn well they didn't believe this shit. They didn't agree with this shit. Maybe they grew to agree with it or whatnot because that was part of the changing social norm or whatever. But the point is, they made this pivot because that's where the money was, because that's where the culture was going, that's where the society was going, and even if they didn't agree with it, they were going to make it real quiet they didn't and pretend they did, because that's where the internet was heading, that's where the revenue was heading. So yes, that is definitionally actual grifting, and for a two-banger, he's correct. The internet never forgets, rarely ship back. Shout out Mervov. I agree with that.
More Joey there rather than Connor, because Connor just doubles down, but you see Joey shifting his tone. As much as I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, it's hard for me to forget the past and sit there and think, and again, people change, but when you know the clear intent, this is why I have such a problem when it comes to politics within anime. Because all it is a landfill and an absolute cesspit for content creators to grift off of to try and sell their political propaganda so that they can cater to these corporations to try and get their sponsorships and their soulless rubbish out.
Yeah, but there's only one side doing that, to be fair, because the right-wing side that are making anime content and whatnot, they don't get sponsorships. You know, Hypnotic Manga hasn't gotten a sponsorship. Now, to be fair, Hypno keeps his manga channel very apolitical, and it's very good for that. So, yeah, if you guys want some actual apolitical, just straight-up, honest, cool manga reviews, collection show-offs, whatnot, check out Hypnotic's manga channel, Hypnotic Manga. Very cool stuff. But anyway, like, it's only the left-wing agitators who are getting these sponsorships and whatnot. It's only the Trash Taste podcast. It's only Sea-Dog VA, things to that effect. People like me that cover that cover anime, sometimes politically, sometimes not politically, just I'm covering anime because I like anime. You ain't seeing sponsorships for that.
It's why I generally have more respect for content creators that actually show genuine love and passion for anime, right? Because when you see how everything is being weaponized and politicized and corporatized, And yeah, there's always going to be corporatization within anime itself, but the way that it's been done feels very soulless from a content creator's perspective. Because again, a content creator has the ability and the freedom to be able to balance between still taking sponsorships and making money, but also keeping the soul of what makes the enjoyment there. And I feel like a lot of that's been eroded away as well. And a lot of them did it because when the left was a much more popular thing back in the days, that's why they all shifted that way. But now that the political spectrum is kind of balanced out a little...
You go with what's popular. And to be fair, like, from a content creation standpoint, that makes sense. Like, there is an aspect of it that makes sense. Like, hey, whatever's popular is what I'm going to talk about or invest in or whatnot, because that's what draws in views. Views are how I get my money. If I don't do that, I'm not going to be able to fucking, survive. But there's a line to it. There's a limit to it. Like, I used to cover... I used to do full-on movie reviews. Used to cover a lot of MCU stuff. Used to cover a lot of Star Wars. And I didn't stop covering that stuff because, it's no longer popular. I mean, it's true. It is no longer popular. But I stopped because it was fucking boring. There was no fulfillment about bitching about the MCU for the 37th and a half fucking time, right? Like, Kata still does it. Kata still gets views doing it. If he wants to cover fucking Mandalorian and Grogu, if he wants to cover the new Marvel thing and whatnot, go for it. If he's still getting some sort of personal enjoyment out of it, then go for it. I'm not going to do it because it doesn't interest me. That doesn't mean Kata's grifting. He actually does have interest in writing out these scripts and doing these reviews and whatnot. Power to him. But it does make sense to ship your content. Like, I shifted my content to be more gaming and anime oriented because I was just done with the MCU. I was done with Star Wars. So I want to talk about shit that I am still interested in. Now, I'm still talking about the controversies behind it, the politics behind it. But for products and whatnot, we're going to be talking about Magic the Gathering later on in the stream. I love Magic. I got my start as a Magic fucking content creator. I got my start on YouTube wanting to talk about Wizards of the Coast. I haven't covered it in ages, like I was saying earlier, partially because it doesn't really get the views, but also because there's not really been anything to talk about on that front. Everything's been said.
A little bit more. Now you're seeing this narrative change. You're seeing this almost antibiotic reflex coming from them. They're getting angry. They're getting fearful. It's that thing like, when the guy's putting his hand on that creature and he's going, they're afraid. That's what it is. They're afraid. Because they've realized they no longer have the narrative control that they used to have. Which is why they're trying to create these messagings. And it's just not working. They're not getting the...
Also, can we talk about this post? How can anyone be a fan of anime and be right-wing? Most narratives fly in the face of right-wing ideology. Which ones? Like, give me an example of anime that fly in the face of right-wing ideology. The one that most people will jump to, One Piece. One Piece. No, One Piece is not left-wing. It's also not right-wing. One Piece does a very good job of mixing the pros and cons of both ideologies. Why? Because One Piece is just an inherently well-written human story. Follows the general tenets of the hero's journey. Follows the general tenets of proper storytelling. Now, it's got some things you can see as anti-right-wing in there. It's also got some things you can see as very pro-right-wing. It's got some things that are anti-left-wing, some things that are pro-left-wing. One Piece is not either one.
Tension. They're not getting the rallying behind.
And yes, Birds of Paradise is the best man dork.
But not quite as what they used to. And that's why I think it is good that more voices are calling out. Why more of us are just saying, you know what, enough's enough. We're going to call this out for what it is. Because it needs to be. Because if we don't, they're going to continue pushing this rubbish. So I hope that gives some understanding of why I think these people are disingenuous hacks and why I think this political narrative that they're trying to spin, it's just bogus.
Excellent video. Couldn't agree more. Well done from my boy, a spit or two. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you guys. I think that he mostly hit the nail on the head. I think that he, believe it or not, I think he went a little too hard on the right-wing side of thing because it's not happening to the extent that, that it has been for on the left, and sort of him being like, hey, I'm trying to be balanced, trying to call it both. I get that's what you're trying to do, and that might seem like the morally correct thing to do. But it is mostly one side. Frieza was literally inspired directly by land sharks. Yes, correct. Agreed. Frieza was directly inspired by real estate speculators. Yes. Alrighty. We're going to go from one friend of mine. Well, from two. So we went from Mugen to Spitter 2. Now we got to go to Hypno. Now we gotta go to Hypno, because here's the dealio. Hypno not been making videos for a while. Hypno was only doing streams, and then maybe we wasn't doing videos. And now that he's back in the game, now he's making videos again. I want to watch him because he's my homie. But also, I want to make sure they're getting out there and putting the algorithm, so I want to make sure they're clicked on. So let's check out what he has to say about Destiny fans celebrating Marathon's collapse, because this shit's funny as fuck to me. This shit's funny as fuck. Hey, thank you for the 2 jewels, Piplup. Appreciate you.
Deus Ex and Marathon actor wants to quit Twitter because he's tired of hearing Destiny 2 diehards hate on Bungie's new FPS. How do you hope something fails? How? How do you hope and pray on something's downfall?
Because if Thing is bad, I want bad Thing to not be around anymore. Like, imagine using this line of logic for anything else. Let's say smoking, right? Let's say smoking, which, you know, your boy's rather guilty of. But, like, imagine if Marlboro's empire were about to collapse. If Marlboro's empire were about to collapse, people would be out there like, how could you want to see the collapse of the cigarette industry? What about all the people that love smoking cigarettes? You know, how can you cheer for the downfall of the cigarette industry? I don't know, man. Like, cigarettes be causing cancer, and scientists and doctors were caught lying about it. 4 out of 5 doctors choose Camels because they make your teeth all yellow, because they make your breath stink. Like, there's a lot of reasons I could cheer for the downfall. Why would you? You wouldn't do it then. Yeah, Marathon a bad fucking game. We should want bad things to fail so that we get good things instead.
You know, guys, this is the prime example of somebody who is purposefully misrepresenting the conversations that are happening online. Thank you so much.
It just occurred to me, this video is probably really loud because I had to turn it up because of Espionage's videos. All right, let's try this again.
Much for watching this video.
There we go.
If you guys want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join me every single day, 9 p.m. over on the main channel, where you can catch me live every single day, 9 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see every single one of you there. Now back to the main video.
Unless I'm streaming at the same time, then I hope to see every single one of you here, and then we'll just like raid into Hypno or something afterwards. Unless Savvy's streaming, because of course she takes priority. Sorry, Hip.
We talk about this all the time. This is why discourse is impossible. As much as they love to say, debate me, bro. At the end of the day, discourse is impossible. Because over on X...
To be fair, debate me, bro, the debate isn't ever actually to convince the other person. Let's be real. Debate's not to convince the other person. It's to convince those watching the two people.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, he's not wrong necessarily about...
I wasn't even sure Hypno was still in chat. Now he comes in with simp. Fuck you.
...about Twitter, but he's wrong in the way that he's represented the conversation that's happening. But yeah, Twitter obviously is a cesspool, and conversation's impossible.
Catch you later, public.
But he knows, like, these people know what the conversation is right now. They know what's currently being said. They know what's currently happening. They know why people are upset. They know why Destiny 2 fans especially, or just Destiny fans in general, are very upset right now. They know why. And for you to try to pretend like they either shouldn't be...
Now, because I don't care about Marathon, right? Now, I care about the discourse here because I think this is funny as fuck. But Marathon is a bad game. There's no way to talk about it beyond like, yeah, shit's bad, hope it fails. That way we can go on and move on to good shit. But let's do something I'm a fan of, like, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Now, there was this game back on the GameCube made by Sonic Team. It was called Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. I would love to see a return to Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. Most preferably in a sequel, because remakes are the fucking devil. But the point is, I want to see a return to Billy Hatcher. However, if I read an article that was like, Sega has pulled the key members of Sonic Team off of development of the most recent Sonic game to focus on the new upcoming Billy Hatcher sequel, I'd be a little upsetty fucking spaghetti.
Or you're tired of hearing about it, well then maybe Sony and Bungie shouldn't have fucked up as bad as they did. Just because you're tired of hearing about it doesn't mean that other people don't have the right to talk about it. Especially people that have invested, I would bet money, thousands of hours more than this person has invested in either Destiny or...
Actually, Hypno, no. Not just thousands of hours. You say you would bet money. I would bet money that they invested money. Like...
Or Marathon. You know? So let's talk about it. He says, cool, don't play Marathon. That's fine. Speak with their wallet. We are. We are. And the problem is, when you speak with your wallet, guess what happens? You guys complain about that too.
Well, not only that, when you speak with your wallet, you're also encouraged. Like, if I don't tell somebody I'm not buying this thing, yeah, I can speak with my wallet, but I want to see other people speak with their wallet. So the way to get them to do that is to tell them, I've spoken with my wallet. Why don't you do the same?
Isn't that amazing? When the people who say speak with your wallet or vote with your wallet, or if you don't like it, don't buy it. If you don't like it, don't play it. Those are the same people that will then go online a couple of weeks later and say, well, you're not playing it just because you're a chud. You're not playing it just because you're racist. You're not playing it just because you're this, you're that. You're not playing it because you're bad at first person.
I'm not playing it because it sucks. Me being a racist has nothing to do with it.
Person shooter games. You're not, whatever the fucking excuse is. It goes from, if you don't like it, don't play it, to, well, you're not playing it because of this. It's like they try to put you in this little bubble where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's kind of how the internet works, right? So, in any case, let's talk about this. So, Elias Tufexis, I don't know if I'm saying that right, a prolific actor known for playing Adam Jensen in Deus Ex series, is having a hard time staying on social media site X while doing voice acting work for Bungie's new FPS Marathon. Well, because you're getting paid for money that was taken from Destiny. So that's kind of how it goes. It's
Shadowbus says, I'm not playing it because I have other expenses to worry about. Dude, I'm not playing it because there's other games I want to play. Like, dude, all right. So I've been on and on. I've been harping on and on about TCG Simulator, right? TCG Car Shop Simulator. I'm playing that. Last night, I decided to put the crack down and play something else. And I was back on Saturday Night Hypnosis. I was gifted Forgive Me, Father, 1 and 2. So I thought, all right, let's boot this up. Let's see what this is all about. So I played the first level, and I fucking loved it. Now I realize it's 4 a.m. I need to go to bed. I have to stream tomorrow. But the first level was fucking great. At some point today or tonight or whatever it may be, I'll be booting it back up. Like, I can't wait. I could either play Destiny and be miserable, or not Destiny, sorry, Marathon and be miserable, or I could play Forgive Me, Father, which I never would have heard about if not for the awesome individual who gifted it to me. I think it was Angmar, may have been No Hearts Left. I think it was Angmar, whoever it was. And I fucking loved the first level. It's a fucking Lovecraftian boomer shooter. It's awesome. I can't wait to get further into it. Why would I waste my time with something that I don't want to play when I can play the thing that is actually cool?
It's no secret that engaging with random people on social media...
What's that game about? I don't really know yet because I'm not super far in. All I can say is it's a boomer shooter. It's heavily Lovecraftian. That's all I can really tell you because I've only played the first level.
...is almost never a pleasant or fruitful experience. But navigating those virtual minefields is all the more harrowing when your professional work is the subject of some of those discussions. Believe you me, I know this well as anyone as a full-time games journalist in the year of our Lord, 2026. Yeah, it's because you talk like that. You talk like, in the year of our Lord, 2026. You're so edgy, bro. You're so edgy. Tufexis is similarly social media wary as the voice behind the assassin class in Marathon, a game currently in the throes of controversy for a number of reasons. Chiefly the perception by some that it's to blame for the ending of the active development of Destiny 2.
It's not forced. This is such bullshit journalism, which I know, par for the course, ton gaming journalism. But let's what they stated was believed by some, the perception by some that's to blame for the ending of that development. No! Dude, Bungie effectively said so themselves. That's not the perception by some. That's the perception by the vast majority. Because Bungie all but confirmed it themselves. When they say perception by some, makes it sound like a fringe minority.
Talking to PC Gamer during the GDC, Tufexis says that the noise is loud enough that he intends to stay away from X or Twitter, maybe permanently. Maybe you should.
Good, we don't need you.
Maybe you should. Listen, there's nothing wrong with staying away from social media. You know, sometimes you got to walk away. You got to touch some grass, get away from that shit. But listen, man, I'm going to tell you straight up. Destiny fans have a right to be upset. Okay, I've said this before many times over the last couple of days. I will never understand why it goes to the point of tears for some of them, but I've always said that
I mean, I can. If you, dude, look at some of them Destiny accounts. They got thousands of hours in that game, only to know the game is now effectively just donezo. Oh, that got sting, bro. That got sting.
Fully understand, and they have every right to be upset as to the reason why Bungie has decided to stop development on Destiny 2. All right? Destiny 2, flat out, would still be in development under one of two scenarios. Maybe even both. One scenario, Destiny 2 never died off, but it did. And people blame Bungie for the reason why Destiny 2 died off. Whether or not that's true or not, well, I'm going to leave that up to you to decide. But I'm just telling you what people say. People blame Bungie for Destiny 2 falling off the way that it did, especially with the fact that they take away content. They have literally taken away content that you have paid for. That is unbelievable, but they've done it, and they continue to do it, and people were pissed. So, Bungie has a lot to blame. Or if Marathon was a massive success to the point where it could support both Marathon and Destiny. But guess what? It's not. It's not. Unfortunately, Marathon is not successful enough to support itself, let alone its brother Destiny. It's not going to happen, right? And
Bungie as a company is not successful enough at this point to support either game. It's not even about like Marathon subsidizing Destiny or Destiny subsidizing Marathon. Bungie has fucked up in every single respect. Like there's not been a single aspect since the PlayStation buyout, and you could say even before then for a while, that has made Bungie successful. They've lost how many millions was it? Hypno reported on it. I don't remember, but it was, I think it was close to like $500 million or something like that. They've lost since the Sony acquisition. That's on Bungie.
Let's talk about it. He says, I was
and
working
it's on
Marathon
Sony as well,
yesterday,
really. But
and I was like, guys, tell me to stop engaging on X because I keep engaging and I really shouldn't. He said, aiming his ire not towards level-headed critiques of his work, but towards misdirected vitriol. I saw some guy like, I don't want to get into specifics, but they're just like, I hope Bungie fails because of the woke leftist ideology. And I'm like, I'm working.
Look, I'm not saying that there aren't accounts saying that, but let's be real. Most people are not talking about Bungie failing because of woke leftist ideology. Oh my god. Yeah, there's going to be some accounts saying that. The vast majority are like, Bungie failed because they've done jack and shit for the last 4+ fucking years to make any sort of revenue, any enhancements to their games, bring out any new games, things that people want. It's almost everybody's talking about the business decisions being made. And then when you look at Marathon, yeah, there's some of that in there, but that's not what people are talking about. Not by and large.
With 4 white guys and 2 white women. I don't understand this. Where are you getting this? Oh, because white women can't be woke or white guys can't be woke? What the fuck does that have to do anything? Do you notice how this person immediately equated race, right? Anybody who's not white with wokeness, when that's not necessarily what people are talking about? This is what I mean by muddying the waters and purposely misunderstanding.
It is the old adage right here, baby. The old adage right here. It's amazing how much leftist discourse is just them pretending not to understand things, thus making discourse impossible. That is what we're seeing. We're seeing in real time. His quote is just that, but with different words.
Understanding what people are trying to say, right? Oh my God, my brain hurts from this. So you need to tell your friends to tell you to stop posting on X. Like you have no self-control over the ability to stop posting on X or responding to people. You can't just be like, oh, it's not worth my time. I'd rather go do real life stuff. You can't do that.
We didn't forget that whatsoever, Tiamat Lord. In fact, we talked about those exact specific numbers for like an hour on Saturday.
You need your friends to tell you that? And who gives a fuck if you work with white guys and white women? White women are the leading reason why we have so many stupid decisions being made in the first
facts.
Place. Do we not realize this? Do we not understand this? Maybe not. I don't know. But to mention that you work with 4 white guys and 2 white women, what the fuck?
You better not be slandering Rick Astley, Fab. Rick Astley's
anyway,
Jim.
So then Destiny 2 has been something of a downswing for years now, which we already know about. And then he says that the short-lived rebound in 2024 and the final shape, regardless, it seems Tufexis is hearing from plenty of Destiny 2 diehards who saw the game's downfall and immediately turned to point accusatory fingers at Marathon, Bungie's shiny new extraction shooter. Again, I don't think like Marathon is woke necessarily, outside of maybe like the character designs being influenced by people that just love looking at ugly fucking characters. Which, I mean, listen, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So even if there's no ideology in Marathon, even if it's not woke by the standard sense of the word, which what is
well, and again, because that's at the end, most people will, even right-wingers, whether they want to admit it or not, even right-wingers will consume quote-unquote woke content. And I say quote-unquote because, like, if it's good, it's not woke. But, like, if it's good, right? If the story is good, if the characters are good. Dude, Marathon got some ugly-ass UI, ugly-ass characters, is already a niche gaming genre. Like, there's so many things stacked against it. Even if it is woke, there's so much other more important things stacked against it that's going to be the main reason people aren't consuming it. Now, there is, quote-unquote, like, good woke stuff out there. I was talking about the anime earlier, Carol and Tuesday. You could absolutely make an argument for why Carol and Tuesday is woke, especially in the latter half of the series. But it's still a well-written story with well-written characters that, like, yeah, I think most people are going to look past that. You're never going to see me, Chief Chud, misogynist, racist, talking shit on Carol and Tuesday, even if I can see the argument.
That even mean anymore. It doesn't matter. There are certain thought processes that come from people that have that kind of ideology. And even if they don't necessarily put their political beliefs inside the game directly, you're going to see shorthanded kind of, like, how do I put it? Like, you're going to...
Yes, Carol and Tuesday is by the guy that, same guy that did Cowboy Bebop, Shinichiro Watanabe. Shinichiro Watanabe is the best director in anime history, and Carol and Tuesday is no exception. Like, his entire catalog, now, I've not seen his new show, Lazarus yet. I've heard it's not very good. We'll see. I've yet to watch it. But, whether it's woke or not, I mean, it is an incredible anime. I highly recommend it.
See effects from certain ideologies in the way that they work with their video games. So in this case, it's ugly ass fucking characters. Like, aesthetically, this game is disgusting to look at. I'm sorry. Like, and I know some people like it, and that's fine. If you like it, all good. Me personally, this game is fucking ugly to look at. I can't.
Life is Strange is a great example. Life is Strange was a good game. I bought Life is Strange when it came out. I played it when it came out. I enjoyed it. Now, I hated the character like Zoe or whatever. The blue-haired dumb fucking hoe that wore like the Tim Pool hat and everything. I hated her even from the jump. I didn't give a fuck that she died. But as a whole, the first Life is Strange game was an enjoyable experience. I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. I enjoyed it when I played it. Never gone back to it.
Look at this game. There is one character in particular that's like purple with purple lips, and like they're tall, and they show the character close up, and it's like, what the fuck am I looking at? I think they're like bald and shit. All I'm saying is these characters are insane to look at. I cannot look at it. Anyway, he says, I understand Bungie made a game, Destiny 2, that people loved. And then they were kind of
That's
like,
awesome,
we're going to put
Hysteria.
that on hold. They were going to work on Marathon. They didn't say that, bro. Oh my God. They didn't say they were going to put it on hold. See, this is purposely muddying the conversation. This is purposely misunderstanding the conversation. There's no way in hell you want to convince me that you are retarded enough to think in your mind when a developer says they're going to stop development on Destiny 2 and write it out into the sunset with no future development on the game, that is equivalent to pausing development on the game. It's not.
I actually do think he's that retarded. I do genuinely think he's that retarded. And the reason being, most of these voice actors, they don't know shit about the gaming industry. They're going to pretend they do. They're going to say they do. They're going to go on X and type about how much they know and whatnot. But do you guys realize that voice actors for video games, they come in for a fucking weekend and record some lines? They don't have input on the script, assuming it's a story-driven game. They don't have input on the development process, none of that. They come in for a fucking weekend. Dude, I heard voice actors say, like, I'm pretty sure, what's his name? Guy that played Daredevil. Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox, who is the voice of, the main dude in Expedition 33, he said he got all of his dialogue done in one day. He came in for one day, did all of his voice lines, knocked out the park, and moved the fuck on. Let's not pretend that these fucking voice actors have any knowledge of the gaming. Like, we YouTubers have far more knowledge than they do. So I can actually believe that he is this retarded.
Pausing, like saying you're going to pause development to go work on another game implies that you're
going to... One day, really. Now, when Charlie Cox said that, I don't know if he was being hyperbolic or not, to be fair. He may have been being hyperbolic. But the point is, he got it done very quickly. He said it took him like 6 hours or something. I don't know if he was being hyperbolic, but that is what he said.
Come back to work on Destiny 2. The way that they said it is that there is no coming back. They're going to release their final update, hence the word
Oh, maybe he said
final,
8 hours. Thank you, Divine.
and
Maybe he
that's
said
it.
8 hours.
And there's going to be no coming back from that. So again, this person is trying to say, oh yeah, they're just pausing, putting that on hold and working on Marathon. That's not what they said. Okay? He said people got upset about that. No, people got upset at the fact that they are stopping development on Destiny 2. Not pausing it, stopping it. Then he says, cool, don't play Marathon. That's fine. Speak with your wallet. That's fine. Says Tefexis. Still, he says there's a right and wrong way to voice frustration over stuff like this. And he draws the line between honest criticism and straight up hoping for a game to fail. Again.
Okay. I would actually agree that there's a right and wrong way. If the right way is to talk some shit, the wrong way is going down and burning down KyoAni Studios, like what happened. Like that was a big controversy about like 7 years ago. Those of you guys don't remember. Dude came in and literally burned down the KyoAni studios, you know, in Japan, a big animation studio. Anyway, yeah, that's the wrong way to voice your frustrations. With arson. If you go on X and say, this game fucking sucks, I hope it fails, sorry, that's not the wrong way.
People, when they get to the point where they hope a game fails, it's because they were emotionally invested in this game.
Correct.
Right? Nobody gives a fuck about a video game unless there's two reasons. Number one, they were emotionally invested in the game to some way, shape, or form. They were really involved in the game. Or this is a video game that ideologically goes against what people want to see in gaming, right? And I don't mean from a politics standpoint. For example,
No, you mean the ideology of game design. Like, there's an ideology in game design about yellow paint. That is an ideology. Our ideology is that we don't think gamers have the patience to play through this or the knowledge to play through this without the guidelines of the yellow paint. That is an ideology I fucking reject. It's horrible, it's destructive, it's abhorrent, it's visually puke to fucking look at. That is an ideology in game design. And I, as a gamer, shout out, thanks for the sub, Tech Skull. I, as a gamer, fucking reject that ideology.
Really hate live service video games, right? I love Diablo 4, but I cannot stand the fact that they made it into a live.
I don't. I love Diablo 2, and I think I like Diablo 3, but I always played it drunk, so I couldn't tell you. I always played it drunk, but I love Diablo 2. I didn't like Diablo 4. Diablo 4 to me just felt like World of Warcraft, but dark and gritty. Like, different tastes. Me and Hypno played it. Diablo 4 came out right around the time me and Hypno met. We'd known each other maybe 2 or 3 months at that point, and we played it together a few times. I wasn't vibing with it, but that's fine.
Service video game. It's one of the biggest things that I critique all the time, and now Blizzard is starting to slowly but surely transform Diablo 4 into your standard Diablo experience, but so many years later, after they slopped it out with fucking live service garbage that I barely played because I was just tired of it. You know, with the constant seasons and battle passes and all this bullshit. I hate it, right? So when you look at live service video games and you see certain video games that want to go above and beyond to push that live service mindset, sometimes people hate that. Sometimes people will want to see it fail because they want to see less live service video games and they want to see more single player video games. Or maybe people just want to see a game fail because they feel like that is money wasted on a game that otherwise could have been made, which is this situation, right? People feel like Destiny 3 could have been made, but instead they decided to focus on Marathon. And then, what do you know? Bungie says, fuck you, Destiny. We're going to focus on Marathon. So you basically validated what people have been thinking the entire time ever since Marathon was even announced. People have been saying, I feel as if Marathon is the reason why we're never going to get a Destiny 3. Lo and behold, they're correct. You proved them right. Because people have been saying that from the moment Marathon was announced, even after it got delayed and everything. Destiny fans were saying that. They were like, I'd rather get a Destiny 3. Well, you're not going to get that now because Marathon.
Most of the market would rather get Destiny 3. I feel that has been effectively proven at this point by the online discourse and by the failure of Marathon. Most of the market would prefer a Destiny 3. Or maybe at this point, a new IP that's just something different.
Is the poster child now. But then they
gaslight you Lawrence?
As if they weren't doing that. It's weird. Anyway, So he says there's still a right and wrong way to do it. This gets said a lot. This gets said a lot online by people.
This gets said a lot on people. I don't know what Hypno's going to say, so I want to get my 2 cents out first because, white guy, more important than Latinos. These people think they have authority. Oh, I helped make the game. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You came in and you read some fucking lines. They think they have authority. They got followers on X. They go to conventions to meet, fans. Because of all this, they have an inflated sense of authority. So when they say there's a right and wrong way to do it, they expect that to be taken seriously due to their inflated sense of faux authority.
That constantly want to try to dictate how you express your concerns to them over a product that you paid for in some way, shape, or form,
refuse to pay
for. At
for.
least played, right? If it's a free-to-play game, maybe you didn't invest any money in it, whatever. But ultimately, you're invested to some extent, somehow, some way. They try to dictate how you are allowed to tell them your concerns about the game, and in my opinion, that's kind of bullshit, right? As long as the person is not threatening your life or saying anything,
hey honey, welcome back,
or trying to fuck with you, or whatever the case may be, if they're just saying, listen, this game fucking sucks, and here's why. Just because you don't like that level of honesty doesn't actually mean that it's not true. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, it's funny because he says that level of honesty, and that's a key distinction. Because I say this all the time, because it's 1,000% true. People will always be more offended by honesty than they will by lies. Always. Because if they can lie to themselves and whatnot, they're going to try. What's the reason you lie to yourself? To convince yourself of something that will make you feel better in your inside feely parts. The truth is what really offends them. So when this dude says he's getting all upset spaghetti about people criticizing Marathon and wanting to see it fail, it's because he knows it's true. He knows these people believe that. And that burns him up far more than if it's just people talking shit.
Being able or trying to dictate the mindset and the way that people speak about certain things, that comes from a place of echo chamber where you guys are so used to not having that level of criticism. You're so used to not having to hear somebody disagree
Correct,
with you.
Fab. That's why you hear my truth instead of the truth. Correct.
Extreme. It immediately is considered harassment or some level of extremity unless they're delivering the news with what? Kids gloves? You know? Like, I can understand the people that lose their minds. You got people that go crazy on social media. That's fine. I get that. There are definitely people like that. But that's not everybody. It's definitely not the majority. And you try to take that small amount of people and you try to make them the majority to quiet everybody else that's talking. At least that's how I view it, right? That's how I see it. So anyway, then he says, I love this part. After all, life is so short, man. Just stop tweeting memes under things for 6 hours.
He's correct. Life is short, which is why when most people have real jobs, right? They do their 9 to 5, or they work, 8 hours, 10 hours, sometimes fucking 12 hours, 5, 6 days a week. People be breaking their back working all the time. So, and then they have to sleep, right? They have to sleep. That way they can get up and do it all again the next day. So if they've got 6 hours, a lot of times actually way less than that. Most people don't do 6 hours of gaming a night. So let's just, they got 6 hours. They got this limited amount of time. They want me spending it on something they enjoy. They want me spending it on games they enjoy or things and if those needs aren't being met, if these fucking companies, these corporations, people that have spent thousands of hours on XYZ game that they love, if those needs aren't being met, yeah, they're going to devote that time instead to throwing a fit on the internet, justifiably so, because they want that thing back that they can play with, they can do it, they can enjoy it, they can escape into. Because they've got real lives and real jobs and real shit, and this was their way, their escapism, their toy, whatever it may be. So yeah, life is so short. So since life is short, it means we have a limited time to enjoy the things that we want to enjoy. How about you, as a corporation, as somebody who should be bowing and kowtowing to the free hand of the market, give us things that we enjoy?
Critique the game. Critique my work. Totally acceptable. That's not true, because I guarantee you're ignoring all of that. You're ignoring the critique on your work. You're ignoring the critique on the game.
Anthony Wayne is correct. It's just fun. Dude, sometimes I'll just scroll X to find posts that I can troll under, because it's fun.
And anytime you look at the critique, you automatically want to pass it off as like everything else. I guarantee it. I would bet money on it. But there's people that go on Twitter and post memes This is Concord 2. This is Concord 2. Why are you spending hours doing this, hoping something fails? Because it's funny. It's funny.
It's funny.
Why are people not allowed to do memes? Why are people not allowed to call something part of the
So do you,
Concordian
Sev.
timeline? I would think the best way to answer a meme is to prove someone wrong. Right? So if you have somebody saying your game is Concord 4, Concord 3, Concord whatever, right? If you have somebody saying all that, I feel like the best way to combat that is to prove them wrong. Is to create a video game that is so fun and so amazing to play that even the chuds are going to want to play it. Where it's going to have...
And that's been done. That's perfect example, Baldur's Gate 3. Because when they announced that shit, they were like, yo, bear sex, yo, homoeroticism, all that. The chuds, man, we went in on that shit. I know I did. I know one of my early videos, because again, used to be a Wizards of the Coast channel, was like, yo, what the fuck is this Baldur's Gate 3 shit? What the fuck is Wizards of the Coast smoking? But guess what? Game came out, and everyone, regardless of political affiliation, fucking loved it. Hypno is entirely correct here. We've seen it happen.
Such a high concurrent player count. Everybody wants to take part in it, but the truth is that's not what happened. And so because your game didn't do as good as you were probably hoping, you end up with an actual Concordian timeline.
I literally bought Baldur's Gate 3 so I could play it with Sev, even though I said I would never play that fucking game because I hate 5th edition. Which, by the way, we have to get back to. I've missed it, but I get it. A lot of the times it's real late at night and we just don't want to do a brain power game. But even so, I do want to play the game with you. I was enjoying it.
Which, again, it's like there's nothing wrong with making
Someone
jokes
ban
like
Sevi.
that. You know, the memes are part of the culture, right? Like if you're part of the internet, memes are part of the culture. So you kind of have to kind of get along with it. Otherwise, if you're really letting memes hurt you, you might as well just get off the internet, bro. Because memes are gonna be everywhere nonstop.
And then when you get off the internet, we'll make memes about you getting off the internet.
Half of the internet on Twitter is fucking memes, man. You know? So anyway,
Divina says Leon's so much nicer now that he has a girlfriend. Fuck you, Divina. Whore.
I just think this is all pretty funny. I get what he's saying in some aspects, and I also understand in some aspects. I'm not going to pretend like he's totally out of line. But when you start complaining about people making jokes and shit, like, oh, why are you spending hours making jokes? Why are you spending hours? Why are you spending hours caring about what other people are spending hours caring about? You can't even sit there and say that you're not doing that because you're begging your coworkers to get you off of X, which tells me...
Not only that, there's a Streisand effect to this. If you get on the internet and bitch about how people use the internet, dude, let's not pretend the internet ain't been around since 1990 goddamn 2. It's a story old as time. When you tell somebody on the internet not to do something, first instinct is to do it. So when you're on here, it's like, oh, why is it so serious? Some of you guys need to log off. Oh, why are you sending memes? You're only going to get more people sending memes and doing ridiculous, funny troll shit because you said not to do it. How is it 2026 and some of these dumb motherfuckers don't understand how the fucking internet works, bro?
That you're on X so much, concerned about what other people are doing all day, and then try to make them feel bad about what they're doing all day. Who gives a fuck what anybody's doing all day? Focus on you and let them focus on them, and who cares? But, you know, it is what it is. What else is
Thank you for confirming that I'm a misogynist even off screen, Sev. That actually, I appreciate that. Know your place, hon.
Say, right? So, the war between Destiny and Marathon continues. And all I can say is that
is it really a war if both sides are losing horribly?
Destiny fans have every right to be as mad as they are. They have every right to, you know, sign their petitions, do what they got to do whatever they feel like they got to do to make Sony and Bungie listen. But to be honest with you, considering how they treated this situation, I don't think they're going to listen at all. And I also believe wholeheartedly that most Bungie fans probably know that.
No, I'm not putting her in the kitchen. I'll take care of the kitchen. I'm just letting her be in charge of most everything else.
Right? They probably know that. And
well, not in charge. That's the wrong way to put it. I'm dictating what she does, but she'll do it because I say to do it. Basically, I'm putting her in the positions she's best suited for, but she's doing what I tell her. That's the proper way to say it.
At the very least, if they do decide to do anything, they would probably respond not with, we're going to continue Destiny 2 development. They're probably going to respond with, we have greenlit Destiny 3 development. Like, I feel like if they want to turn things around, then they can announce that. But I don't know if that's really going to save anything, considering how terribly they handled all this. I think they definitely could have handled this a hell of a lot better than they did. They kind of dropped it on people out of nowhere, especially after announcing the marathon changes and all the work that game's going to get. It makes it pretty clear that there's favoritism at Bungie for one brand over the other, for whatever that reason may be. But as of right now, they say that they're not working on Destiny 3, so Destiny fans are completely left in the dust. That's kind of what it is. And honestly, I just don't know if they're going to have the money to actually pull this off if they want to make a Destiny 3. So we'll see what ends up happening with this, but I just wanted to share what this guy said. I agree with like 10% of it, and the other 90% not so much. But that's basically it, boys. People not liking the internet.
Now, I will say, because I see that comment that Destiny 3 is not in development. Here's the dealio. I don't actually think Destiny 3 is impossible, to be fair. And I equate this to Dragon Ball Xenoverse, right? Dragon Ball Xenoverse came out. It did fine. It did all right. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 came out, and it got 10 years of consistent updates, DLC. I mean, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 was incredible for how long they let that game stand. And then they finally more or less stopped supporting it relatively recently. Obviously, servers are still up. You can still do stuff with it. Then we got the surprise announcement that nobody ever saw coming, which was Xenoverse 3. Nobody ever saw Xenoverse 3 coming. And it was because a lot of people were clamoring for it, and it got announced. So, with the fact that we got Xenoverse 3, it's not impossible that Destiny 3 will begin development and whatnot. That is to say, with it being Bungie and Bungie fucking sucks, it's still not quite the same scenario. Oh, nope. Back. Hold on. There we go. Excellent video. Excellent video by my boy Hypno. I'm going to go ahead and drop it for you guys. I'm sure pretty much everybody here is also subbed to him, but just in case, there's the video. Make sure to give it a like. I think Hypno hit the nail on the head, like, especially when it comes to these idiot voice actors that basically just say shit to make their feelings feel good. It's not going to affect shit. It's not going to change shit. If anything, it's just going to make people rail against them even harder, which I think is a good thing. Alrighty. We got one more video. What the fuck happened to MTG? Here's the hilarious part. This is how you know Asmongold be new to the culture war. In the grand scheme of things, Asmongold new to the culture war. Because this is shit that I was talking about 3.5 years ago. And frankly, this stuff that's been going on even longer. Now, I mentioned it earlier. I'll say it again. I got my start as a Wizards of the Coast oriented channel. That's why my name is Words of Paradise. That's why my show is called Countercast. You know, the whole nine. I loved, have a love-hate relationship, however you want to put it, Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. Specifically Magic the Gathering. That's my shit. Like, I can just, like, reach over. I've got, let's see. Just within reach. Within reach of my PC, I have my fucking Sliver Queen card, right? I got my Sliver Queen. This is a card. There's only ever one printing. Like, they were only ever in one set. Moved on. I have 3 decks right here. I got a 4th. This is out of my, like, 22 decks. One's Commander, one's Pioneer. I think these are actually both. 2 and 3 are Commander decks. You got Pioneer, which is a tournament format. Like, at the time, I didn't know if I was going to even take YouTube, how seriously I was going to take YouTube, because at the time I was doing so much competitive MTG, and YouTube takes so much time and effort, you can't do both. I had to eventually more or less stop playing competitive MTG, because I was taking YouTube seriously. That being said, I haven't bought sealed product in probably 5 years, give or take. I've not bought a sealed product in like 5 years because I was boycotting Wizards of the Coast. I was boycotting WotC. Now, I would still buy singles. I'd still trade my friends and whatnot so I could build the decks I need to go to tournaments, things to that effect. But the point is, this WotC issue, like with the Bearscape and doing like the Pride specials and shit, that is nothing new. That's been happening for ages. And I'm glad Asmongold's finally saying something, but there's a reason I rarely cover Magic the Gathering anymore.
I made a big oopsie. I did. I made a very big oopsie. So, 1 week.
This is a real card, and this card's been out for a while. Like, the Bearscape card, which is like... So the card Bearscape has always existed. It's just alternate art. You got all these fucking gay dudes, these bears, that term in the gay community or whatever. This has been a secret lair drop for Pride Month for years now. And it's fucking disgusting.
Until Pride Month, till some more gay Magic the Gathering cards that Republicans will lose their mind over. Bearscape. So exile 2 cards from your graveyard, create a 2/2 green bear creature token. So I saw this is another example of obviously gay people that are trying to put being gay inside of completely non-sexual media.
And WotC's been at this for ages. When did they make Chandra gay? I actually don't even remember. It's been that long. When did Magic make Chandra gay? Wizard of the Coast first began developing romantic relations between Chandra and the elf planeswalker Nissa in 2015. 2015. After a controversial 2019 novel briefly retconned Chandra as exclusively heterosexual, the lore course corrected. The Google AI uses the lore course correct. It is correct to make Chandra gay. Officially confirming their romantic relationship with a kiss in 2023 set March of the Machine. And March of the Machine was a dog shit set, by the way. March of the Machine was a dog shit set, but that's neither here nor there.
So we have right here racist homophobic assholes let themselves out in the comments. So I didn't even know this, right? I said, if y'all get this card printed, we might have to get rid of gay marriage again.
And I saw Zach post this, and I thought about retweeting it, being like, homie, this card's been around for like 7 years now or something. I'm sure he got plenty of other corrections.
I didn't read the card. It was already printed in 2022.
Oh, okay, sorry, 2022. So this one's specifically 4 years, but they've been doing the Pride shit for Magic for way longer than that.
Down at the bottom.
Oh, Black Aragorn? Oh, I've got I don't know if you watched me back then, Fab. I have a whole host of videos and shorts about Black Aragorn, the Lord of the Rings set, the whole 9, which, by the way, was another dog shit set. Lord of the like take all the bastardization of Tolkien aside, the Lord of the Rings set was the most boring draft event I'd gone to in years.
I was too late. I didn't even know about this. Isn't that sad? Magic has been infested by these people. It is. I had no idea. And so LOL children's game, by the way. Yeah, these people want to...
Okay. Full stop. Magic the Gathering is not Pokemon. It is not a children's game. Children can play it, especially if you've got an advanced child that's smart enough to play it. But it is not a children's game. This is the most complicated card game ever created. And I'm not making that up. There was this thing, this test that was ran in like 2021 or something like that. Even supercomputers could not outplay the best Magic the Gathering players in the world because there were so many variables the computers couldn't properly do it. So this is not a children's game.
Put this gay shit into everything. This has nothing to do with Magic the Gathering. Like having some, bears, by the way, this is like a term for like a large or a burly man who's gay. It's like a specific sexual term, or like this, it's like BBW kind of, right? But for dudes. And so anyway, obviously, like, Zach, don't screw the rest of us over. Unfortunately, I'm only kidding, but I wish these retards would stop forcing their sexuality into everything. I do think this is the reason why there's so much LGBT pushback nowadays. It's because it wasn't enough for these people to simply be able to live, in society.
Well, and here's the thing. It's not actually just about the gay shit. It's not actually just about the pride shit. I'm actually going to take a more nuanced stance on this. Wait, you're not only going to rail against the homos? Believe it or not, I'm not. Now, that shit sucks as well, and I hate it. But it's even worse than that. Magic the Gathering, and Dungeons & Dragons too, to an extent, but it's The gay shit's worse in Dungeons & Dragons, but the overall issue is worse in Magic the Gathering, which is there's no fucking identity to Magic the Gathering anymore. Oh, here's all the Pride crossover stuff, but there's also bringing in every single fucking IP under the sun. Hey, we got Fallout Magic the Gathering now. We got Ninja Turtles. We got Spider-Man. We got Transformers. We got Hello Kitty. We got Junji Ito design cards. Which, to be fair, the Junji Ito design cards are actually pretty cool, but that's neither here nor there. We're bringing Street Fighter in. Like, even Sonic the Hedgehog. Dude, me being the ultimate Sonic the Hedgehog fan and being the ultimate Magic the Gathering fan, I refuse to buy the Magic the Gathering Sonic the Hedgehog crossover because Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't just fit into Magic the Gathering. They shouldn't coincide. So when it comes to the gay shit and all the IPs and whatnot, the identity of Magic the Gathering has been lost. Karomi, I'll check, Sev.
And be able to do what they want. They had to, on top of that, constantly create media that puts them at the peak of any sort of social food chain, right? And his response, well, what is his response to it?
What up, Safe Shadow?
The homophobes with erectile dysfunction are out in force today. Why would you say I have erectile dysfunction?
Asmongold has been very open about how much he jerks at an uncomfortable amount.
Wait, why? I don't even understand. Like, why would that even... What? What does that have to do with it at all? And then Cherry Pick as many cringy comments as possible. Yeah, oh my god. And
I love this comment. Sanither. Of course, the LARPer in chief doesn't know the card's been published for a long time now. Because Asmongold has said himself he hasn't played Magic the Gathering in years. He's also shown off his old Magic the Gathering collection. He used to be big into Magic the Gathering, then like so many of us, stopped. Now, he quit well before I quit. But yeah, Asmongold used to be huge in MTG. He's shown off his cards, he's shown off his packs, he's shown off his collection, the whole nine. Anyone that actually... See, this is the LARPer. Sanither is the LARPer because they don't know that Asmongold had a big Magic the Gathering collection.
I guess you tried to get a Target employee fired over a toothbrush. I don't even know who this guy is. I really don't. Seems like an idiot, though. And show him Asmon. Yeah, I don't even understand this at all. The card makes him hard. Oh, so maybe he's gay and he likes the card and it turns him on. But because I'm not gay, I have erectile dysfunction. Oh, cards. Sounds like you're projecting, buddy. Yeah, like I don't even... Erectile dysfunction. What a weird thing to say. What a weird guy. Who does this? And even my...
Where's your old Magic the Gathering fans go? I don't know. I've stopped effectively playing TCGs in general. Like, I really have. When me and my buddies get together, like, we'll throw down with some Commander, right? We'll break out the fucking table. A couple times a year, we'll break out the table. We'll play some Commander. Man, maybe if I have time, I'll go to an event. I haven't been to a Magic the Gathering tournament in a couple years, but, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing the game. As long as you're not buying from WotC, as long as you're not buying sealed product. If I want to go to my LCS and buy a specific card I need for my deck, because that's the way you should be building anyway. Like this deck right here. This is my Galta deck. Yeah, this is my Galta Primal Hunger deck, right? Galta Primal Hunger. The entire deck is based around this card. The entire deck, all 99 of these cards, are based around this one card. The whole deck has to be synergistic. Now, it doesn't make any sense, even if you're not anti-Wizards of the Coast. Even if you're not anti-Wizards of the Coast, it doesn't make any sense just buy packs and hope you get synergistic cards, right? So, you go to your LCS, you buy the singles of what you need for your deck, and bingo, bango, bongo, you craft the perfect deck. That being said, so if you want to just sit around your buddy kitchen table, play some games, I ain't got no fucking issue with that. Like, it makes it you're not supporting WotC just by playing the fucking game. Tell me about the one time WotC sent Pinkertons on someone for accidentally breaking street. Ghosty. Go back to my... It's one of my oldest videos. This was 3 years ago. So you're going to see Fat Leon. I actually did a video covering that situation. The Pinkerton situation was fucking wild. But rather than tell people about it, just go watch my old video. I have a bunch of old Magic the Gathering videos. Like I said, I got my start as a Magic the Gathering content creator. I love Magic the Gathering. So back to my original point. There is no problem with just sitting around and playing some kitchen table Magic with your homies, because if you're not buying sealed product, WotC's not getting any money. If you go to your local LCS and buy the singles for, hey, this card's $10, I'm going to buy it, the LCS is getting that money, not WotC.
Comment was kind of a joke, right? I wasn't even being mean. I could have been a lot more mean about it. The guy's a LARPer who tried to get in the Magic Gathering community. He was too cringe and got denied from there. Well, let me see who this guy is. David Levitt. David Levitt rat hole is way worse. Wait. It seems like this is nothing really... Yeah, I don't even know who this guy is. It seems like nobody. Just like a random idiot. But I might not know who this is. I mean, again, I have no idea. And so yeah, I think he's a troll. Maybe he is. I have no clue. And see if he's farmable.
I don't know who this David Levitt guy is. I've never heard of him.
This person. They already got rid of a card because it's revised because that is sexy fairy and it was said it was too sexual. Again, what these people...
Yeah, so the card they're getting... The card they got rid of, oh, what was the name of it? Hold on, let me see if I can find the card. Now, I'm going to take my screen off because this could result in some not good searches. Banned MTG card... or is this altered art? Altered art MTG card with fairy held down by vines. Let's see. And it's an old card. I remember the arts perfectly, but I don't remember with... Oh, maybe it should be elf, not fairy. I think it was an elf, not a fairy. And they had to alter the art because it was too sexual. Let's see. See if I do tied down. Man, Earthbind. Thank you. Yes, it was Earthbind. Okay, so here's the card. This card had to be altered because this, mind you, this card is from like 98 or something. This card is like 98. And they had to alter it because apparently this was too sexual. But Bearscape is fine. The whole card promoting fucking dude-on-dude action is fine, but this was too sexual. It's fucking crazy.
People want to do is that they want to replace and destroy all forms and representation of heteronormative sexuality and
Invoke Prejudice. Invoke Prejudice, like... Yeah, Invoke Prejudice is a good card. Hold on. Y'all want to see some good art? Invoke Prejudice, MTG. This card was banned also because of its art. That's some sick fucking art, son. You got some KKK dudes coming in. You got the axe, bro. Yeah, this card is banned. If you show up to a tournament with this card in your deck, you will be ejected from the tournament. You will be ejected from the tournament. It is banned. Crazy.
Replace it with fetishes, LGBT, and other forms of non-heteronormative sexuality. So instead of, it's okay for you to be attracted to feet, but you can't have a girl with big boobs. So it's not that they don't want sexuality. They want to invert sexuality and pervert it into a weird fetish. That's what they do. Why not? No, really, really. And I know it might sound crazy for me to say this, but I think it's overwhelmingly true. Double standards all day. Well, it's because guys put up with it. That's the reason why.
Correct.
There are too many simp guys that put up with...
But by the way, bitches don't play Magic the Gathering. I've been to many a Magic the Gathering over the tournament. Now, am I being hyperbolic? Yes, obviously women are there fucking now and again. But 99 times out of 100, it's all dudes, maybe one fucking tomboy, and she actually knows her shit and whatnot. Sometimes, a lot of times, no women. Magic the Gathering was overwhelmingly male.
This shit. And because they do, it just gets worse. And I've been trying to say this for a long time, but a lot of people are not willing to be as aggressive as I am.
Just because Matt is involved. Probably.
They want to normalize their kinks? Yes, exactly. As you make more fetishes okay, you make more of the abhorrent ones okay over time, like pedophilia. Sounds like a psyop, but I agree with you. You're really not understanding the context of the card, but this isn't what you think. They're alternate arts. That's called a secret layer drop that people can buy.
It doesn't matter. Yes, these are alternate art cards. They're secret layer drops. So the fact of the matter... Alright, so if you go to Secret Lair, right? What Secret Lair is, it's a specialty Magic the Gathering thing. These aren't, these are not, bitch, stop, confirm my choice. These are not, you can't just, like, open a pack and get these cards, right? You have to pay a specialty fee for them. It doesn't matter, like, crossovers with My Little Pony, right? Crossovers with fucking Ninja Turtles, Fallout, Deadpool. This isn't Magic the Gathering, dude. I don't care if it's not part of your, like, standard thing. Oh, you have to specialty order it. I don't fucking care. First of all, $40 fucking for 5 cards. I don't care if it's just alt art stuff. It's sanctioned by WotC. It's tournament legal. This is secretlair.wizards.com. This is official product. Cats are the best. What is it? Cats are the best. Let's see. Upcoming events. Coming soon. Let's see what they got here. Oh, it looks like they haven't shown off the cards yet. What about this screams Magic the Gathering? Garfield. This fucking cat carrying a, looks like, maybe this is a soul ring? I'm not entirely sure. Looks like it might be a soul ring. What about this is Magic the Gathering? So it's not just the gay shit. Now, mind you, the gay shit's annoying as fuck. I don't like it. It's annoying. I don't think it needs to be there. But, like, it's all of it combined. Let's see. Can we search Pride? And I'll show you more of their Pride shit. Oh, is it not even... Is it because it's not June yet? Is it because it's not June yet? That's funny. Chaos Vault. No longer available. Hold on. Let's... Alright, sort by alphabetical A to Z. And let's scroll down to wherever P would be. I don't know if it would be in the Chaos Vault or not. How special... Yeah, I think... I don't know if it'd be here. I could probably just Google it. Hold on. Secret Lair Pride cards. Alright, let's take a look at the whole set. Open image in new tab. Where is this? Bitch, stop being retarded. Why is there not a... Alright, we'll just do this. So this is the Soul Ring, staple card, all the gay rainbow shit, Triumphant Reckoning. Some of these are just, like, not explicitly gay. It's just some, like, they're gay characters. Oh, like, Alicia, who smiles at death. You got some fucking lesbians here. You got these two dudes making out. Savior of the moment. Two dudes making out. Mana Confluence. You got all the colors of the rainbow. Heartbeat of Spring. You got these two fucking lesbos rubbing up on each other. Collective Voyage. All of them just celebrating the gayness. Like, it's just, like... This, obviously, Bearscape's the one that gets the most controversy because it's the most easily recognizable as, like, gay as fuck. But all this shit is gay as fuck. And it doesn't fit with Magic. There's no reason this shit needs to be in Magic. There's no reason Fallout needs to be in Magic. It's all of it combined.
So... what am I not understanding? I want you to explain what I don't understand. Yeah, I don't get it. We'll figure this out. It's okay.
So what this guy is trying to say is that because it's alternate art cards that you have to special order, it's not a big deal. But that is not the point.
You're 100% right. This shit's creepy, but they're not part of main sets.
Whether they're part of main sets, Wizards of the Coast is doing sanctioned, authorized, tournament legal cards that have this pride propaganda attached to them. And they are monetizing gay for pay, capitalist homoeroticism. It does not matter if it is a special order thing or not.
1 sec. This is just a pack right here.
It's not that it might as well be. It is an official card. Like, there's multiple cards. The cards have multiple different art forms. Like, if we go, let's go to one of the most common cards, Soul Ring. Right? Let's go. One of the most common. By the way, this is my favorite art. My Soul Ring. Now this is this is MTG revised. I got a version that's worth like well more than $20. But it's similar art. It's the same art. Anyway, so you got. Okay, here's all the different versions of Soul Ring. Soul Ring. Here's a Hatsune Miku Soul Ring. The more traditional one. Here's the Sonic the Hedgehog Soul Ring. Soul Ring. Notice how there's all this different art for Soul Ring. So the fact that it's alternate art doesn't matter. It's sanctioned and official by WotC. I don't know what this dude is on about. That because it's alternate art, it doesn't matter.
These are just lands. These are just the lands that I have. Okay. I'm just gonna take a big stack right here. Oops.
Correct, Fab, because that's exactly how it gets through when they say it's not a big deal.
Every single one of these is a swamp. Okay.
Dude called Asmongold a LARPer earlier. He pulled out a huge ass box of just lands. Yep, totally a LARPer.
One. So, Swamp is OP. Well, what my point is with this is that
Swamp.
I've played Magic a lot. I've played a lot of Magic the Gathering, and then we'll even go a step further. Let's go even a step farther. I don't know if this is it. Let me see if it is. This is my DCI card from shit. Can you guys hear me? Sorry about that. This is my DCI card that I had when I was 15 years old. There it is.
Yes, he is a fan. This video, I think it came out yesterday.
I still have it on the table over there. It just was sitting there. So, I've been playing Magic the Gathering and winning drafts probably since since before a lot of these people were born. So look at the original Bearscape art, see what they defiled. So I just want y'all to see what this is. 30 years ago? Yeah, it was like it was not 30 years ago. It was like 20. Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, it was close to 30 years ago. So it was a long time ago. But yeah, this is a box full.
I've got cards in, I know for a fact, in this deck. And probably in, man, where's my fucking main Gabo deck? Like, why am I not seeing it? It's around here somewhere. Anyway, my main deck, my favorite deck of all of my Goblin deck, has cards I know are older than half my fucking viewer base. Maybe a third of my viewer base.
Just lands, okay? So I don't have my bind. I don't know where my binder is. Wait a minute. I think actually I do. I think I. Whoa, wait a minute. I think actually I see it. I do. I looked in the wrong place. Here we go. Let's take a look. Give me 1 second. All right. So we have. Wow.
Yeah, that's what white sucks. Get to the yeah, we got black. Man. Now we're talking. It's the only time you're gonna hear me supporting black. Black and green, text. Best colors, baby. Let's go.
Look at all the cards.
Actually,
this is when I was in high school.
It's not true. I'm a filthy red deck wins player. I can't even pretend. I was grifting for a moment, guys. I'm a red deck wins player.
And like a little bit into college. Uh-oh, it's messed up. Oh, there it is. So we got all these cards. Look at all this. The whole fucking thing. So people want to go and say
this is my blue black mill deck, right?
I'm talking about.
Yeah, right here, blue black mill. This deck is blue black mill.
Yeah, I do.
Tournament legal deck.
Okay, I played a lot. So anyway, I don't know what people are trying to talk shit for. How many pages? What's your favorite card? Swords to Plowshares.
great pick for a favorite card. Swords of Plowshares, 1 white fucking exiled creature. Dude, yeah, Swords of Plowshares, 1 white exiled creature. I think they get a sort of 1/1 soldier token. I think they get a 1/1 soldier token. I mean, no, maybe it just exiles the card. Swords of Plowshares might just be 1 white exiled target creature. I think is what it is. I think it's 1 white exiled target creature. Swords to Plowshares. Is it? They get life equal to his power. That's what it is. Yeah. So Swords of Plowshares, exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to his power. So if someone got themselves a fucking 3/3 elephant on the ground, dude, 1 white exile creature, they're gonna get 3 life. Excellent card. Love that card.
It's my favorite card. Like by far, I love using that card on people. Like that shit would just.
By the way, my favorite card. It's hard to say. There's a lot of cards I like, but usually my go-to. Oracle Moldea. Oracle Moldea. This art right here. Specifically this art version. 3 and a green. Creature Elf Shaman. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play lands from the top of your library. This is arguably my favorite card. Now, obviously, Words of Paradise is based off Birds of Paradise. That's not a favorite of mine. I do love Birds of Paradise. Let's see. Man, so many favorite cards. I mean, Lightning Bolt is a fucking classic. Lightning Bolt is an absolute fucking classic. My absolute favorite commander is Krenko Mob Boss. This is my best deck of all time is based around this card right here. Krenko Mob Boss. My Krenko deck is arguably worth more than sometimes the amount of super chats I get in a month. If I'm being legit, my deck built around this character, this card right here, is worth more than sometimes what I get in super chats per month. I love my Krenko deck, bro. I love my Krenko deck.
Just ruin people's life. Casually seeing on 30k worth? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's creepy. It's alternate. I know it's alternate arts, but it's still being approved. It's still being approved and sanctioned by the company.
FW, nice.
And I think it's fucking weird. It's massively fucking weird. I quit before Commander even came out. I apologize. I agree with you. Okay, all right. Okay, yes, it's fine. I know what you're saying, but you gotta see where I'm coming from.
Homie came in, tried to question the validity of Asmongold's fanhood. Asmongold whips out the fucking binders, and the guy's like, I stand corrected.
From here on this, okay?
Oh, that cuts deep,
tribe,
Vagabond.
yes.
That cuts deep.
And so anyway, no, I was really into this for a long time. Do you collect Pokemon cards? Yeah, when I was like 9. Like, so I quit playing Magic when, I think it was a thing called Cold Snap came out. Like, that was the...
Nah, I guess there were some cards that were older, that were newer than Cold Snap. Don't play. Don't fucking front. There were some cards there that I saw that were newer than Cold Snap. Yeah, Elf Ball be a bitch.
The last
like
one,
as a build. Elf Ball as a build is a bitch.
that I remember with like Snow or something. Like, it was a real like 2009 or something like this. Let me see if I can find.
No, Cold Snap wasn't that recent. Cold Snap release date. No. Oh. MTG. Yeah, okay, 2006. That sounds closer. That sounds closer. I actually thought it was a little older than that, but yeah, Cold Snap 2006. That's definitely more than 2009.
Here. Okay, yeah, Ice Age? Yeah, something like that. I'm not even sure about this. Let me go back. Oldest. Do I have... I don't have one of these. No. That isn't it. Here we go.
Jason, smile. You're on the internet.
I'm on the internet?
Yeah.
What's up, internet?
About this game. Pretty good. Pretty good. How are you feeling about this game?
I feel pretty bad about this.
What do you have on the field? What do you have on the field right now?
Most of the folks used to play with a lot of TDS. Most of the Magic community has TDS. Most of the Magic community has TDS. It's another reason why, like, dude, back when I was still going to tournaments back in like 2023 and whatnot, There was the very first episode of SNH I was ever late to. Is because I told Hypno in advance. This is right after I became a regular. Maybe like I'd been a regular for maybe 2 months, right? I was like, hey, I might be late, might not even make it. I'm going to a tournament today. If I wash, I'll be there on time. If I do all right, I'll be there late. If I go the distance in top 8, I ain't going to be on the show. Because that means I'm going to be there from like 10 a.m. to like fucking 10 p.m. It's an all-day event. And yeah, I ended up showing up late. I definitely did not top 8. But yeah, first episode of SNH I was ever late to was because I was at a fucking tournament.
2011. Fairies.
You have fairies?
Okay. Fairies.
Are you playing
2011. Master of the fairies.
Is that all I got, really?
That's all I got. And my cards.
Alex, the fairy queen. Who's bitching?
Oh, man.
I'm actually surprised that I was able to watch one of my old videos, and I watched it for more than 10 seconds and a slur wasn't said. That's like a new record, honestly. It is. That was Cataclysm? Yeah, it was Cataclysm. I was prepared for a slur. Yeah, I was too. I was ready to pause it. But yeah, honestly, I was waiting. I know. So, no, I played Magic a lot. So a lot of people are coming in there trying to insult me and talk about a bunch of fucking bullshit. This is
a lot of mainstream people of MTG are
U.S. military, most
almost all of them.
Don't like that
Almost
was right.
all
There's
of
dog shit messaging. No, I think that what people don't like about Hassan is that you're trying to hold American politics hostage in order to win ideological, ethnic, religious wars in the Middle East. I think that Democrats resent the fact that
I don't lie. If he's done talking about Magic, we're going to end up moving on. But I'll give it a little bit longer.
Muslim
I just want to use this as an excuse to talk about Magic and how fucking gay it is now and how much it
That's the reason why
hurts.
they're mad. It's actually really simple. People want Medicare for all. They
You
don't
need
wanna
to chair
have
stream for a
tacked
second. I need to see if I
onto
can find my
that.
Goblin deck.
But Hamas is a good thing, too. It's fucking ridiculous. So it's like, and these people are they are forcing this into the Democratic Party. They are. They're forcing it into to the Democratic Party, and they are poisoning the vote. And that's the reason why I think a lot of these people are losing. That's why, and I think that's why they will continue to lose. Would you be okay with it if they did heteronormative sexual cards too? Maybe I'd be more okay with it, but I think that if you make content like that, it should be. I mean, I think with fetishes, like, you shouldn't have fetish content anywhere where there's, like, kids. But if you want to have, like, a hot girl in a bikini, I don't think that's a big deal. But, like, talking about, like, for example, like, more higher level, like, sexual conversations and, like, sexual language and lingo, I think that's a lot different than, like,
drive
for
me
example,
fucking
just
crazy.
having an attractive woman, you know, on a card or something like that, right? Very, very big difference. So, yeah, what about a hot guy in a bikini? Oh, I don't know. It depends on the guy, right? And this is also a real card, by the way. What is this? Oh, my God. Is that real? Let me see. I haven't seen this at all. And
It's right behind my chair. That's why I couldn't find it. It was right behind my chair.
That's going too far. Yeah. Ysola, the Knight's Blessed. Oh, my fucking God. Legendary creature, Cat Warlock. Wow. I've been away from this.
At the beginning of each instep, each instep. This is a commander card. If a player lost 4 more life this turn, you draw a card. That's pretty good. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, your shoulder deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2. Oh, this is look. Art aside, it's a good card. What was the converted mana cost though? What was the CMC? Hold on.
Legendary Ysola, the Knight.
Okay, 1 white, blue, black. It's a good effect, but you'd be running a tri-colored deck, which those can be rough. This is an upper mid-tier card. This is an upper mid-tier card.
It's blessed. Oh my fucking God. Legendary creature, Cat Warlock. Wow. I've been away from this game for a really long time. I have. This is insane. Okay, we have Miku too. Am I gonna give maybe a hot take? I think the collab things were silly. I remember the Godzilla.
Fucking correct! Dude, okay, here's the dealio, because I bet he was about to say Godzilla. That was one of the only ones to give a pass. And why? Because Godzilla's giant kaijus, right? Okay, kaijus already exist in Magic the Gathering. I could accept that one. It wasn't a big fucking deal. I'm a Godzilla fan, and it was way before Magic the Gathering went crazy with it. Magic the Gathering was still very new to collabs. The Godzilla one, I was like, you know what? It makes sense within the lore. Like, because there's giant monster kaiju creatures all throughout Magic the Gathering. I can see Godzilla working. I also kind of gave a pass to Dungeons & Dragons. It made sense. Very similar worlds, both owned by Wizards of the Coast. Like, that's no different than, like, One Piece and Dragon Ball doing a collab. It makes sense. Anything besides those two is dog shit. Anything besides those two is dog shit. Those are the only two collabs I'm willing to accept. Even as a massive Sonic fan, I rejected the Sonic collab.
Godzilla one, I thought that was really dumb. I did. But, you know, again, some people like that stuff. I just think it's really weird. And, oh, here's another one, by the way. My favorite part is the wife and the husband's expression.
Before I lost a lot of my
That's
cards, I was building a
crazy.
deck around Skyship Swallower with win condition is to give an opponent all my permanents. That's wild. I would need to know more about the win con. This is probably gonna get me copyright. We're just gonna skip through this part. This song. Come on. There we go.
Sad. They thought they were going to listen to those bitches. Can you believe this? Oh, my ugly bitches, the Wonder Mall thing? Absolutely they are. That's exactly it.
Yeah, this was an excuse to talk about Magic the Gathering, which I love doing. Here's the video. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. Now, I love this game. I hate what it's become. Again, this deck is my baby. This deck is my Goblin deck. I call it my Boomstick deck, right? Because, you know, first of all, you can see how much I've used this deck. This used to just be perfectly orange. All the whites and whatnot, all the white spots, that's wear and tear. I have played this deck so many hundreds, if not thousands of times. This deck is just like, the deck box is peeling away. But it's like super fucking awesome Bruce Campbell. This is my Boomstick deck because, first of all, you know, the sleeves, Ash, Army of Darkness, my favorite movie of all time. This is my Boomstick. But because goblins go boom. That's what they do. Goblins go boom. So you got the commander, right? You got Crinkle, Mob Boss. You got Crinkle, Mob Boss. And the whole thing is just like, bro, goblins. Make a whole ass goblin army. This deck is fucking stupid. I've got like 4 or 6 different infinite combos in this deck. I just go infinite and auto win. Like, I just go infinite and auto win. Like, yeah, here's that classic Soul Ring. This card alone is like 50 fucking bucks, right? Which set was this one from? Shit, doesn't say it on the... Yeah. Either way, this is like a $50 Soul Ring. Let's see, what else is in here? Man, last ditch effort. This card is dirty, bro. This card is dirty. Tap 1 red. Sacrifice X creatures. Last ditch effort deals X damage to target creature or player. If I've got like 80 goblins on the field, which I can do within like a few turns, I could just wipe someone. It's a 1 mana insta wipe just for sacrificing some goddamn goblin tokens. It's stupid. Blood Moon. This card's nasty. Blood Moon's fucking nasty. Non-basic lands or mountains. It just shuts down non-red players, basically. Shuts down. Goblin Bombardment. Nasty card, son. Nasty fucking card. Sacrifice a creature. By the way, it doesn't have to be goblin. Any creature. Sacrifice a creature. Goblin Bombardment deals 1 damage to target creature or player. If I've got 80 dudes, just with every single sack, which you can sack at any time on your turn or others, any phase, any step, I can just insta-wipe someone. Say Winter Moon, Goblin King, Mogcatcher. What year is the card from? Mogcatcher, 1993. 1993. This card is technically older than me. Now, to be fair, I think this is a reprint. This is a reprint, but the original version of this card, I think, no, actually, yeah, this card's from 2000. So even though it's a reprint, this card is still 26 years old. Yeah, I fucking love this game. I hate seeing what's become. I love this game. It is my favorite fucking game. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through this whole fucking 99 card deck with you guys. I just wanted to I just want to drive home how much I hate what the game has become. My entire online presence is based around references to this game. Words of Paradise is Birds of Paradise. Countercast. In Magic, you cast counters. That's why the Countercast logo is blue. Bolt the word on X is a reference to the concept of bolting the bird. In Magic, you want to bolt the bird. Just so glad to see this talked about. Yeah, it's old news. Anyone that's been around in the MTG circles for a while know this is old news. But you know, it's worth bringing up. I'm glad to see Asmongold cover it. Gave me an excuse to talk Magic, which I haven't done in so long. Take on video games with card mechanics. I can't really think of any off the top of my head I really play. When I'm playing card games, I want to feel the cards in my hand. I want to feel the cards in my hand. I want to play the card game. So TCG video games aren't really my thing. Alrighty. I think it's about time we start wrapping up. We've been going for 3.5 hours. I will be live tonight with Hypno. We're going to be doing more Remnant, but also, we got the watch party tonight. Don't forget. We got the watch party in the Discord. We're going to be watching Dark City. We're going to be watching Dark City tonight in the Discord, probably around 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you join the Discord if you're a member. If you're not a member, become a fucking member. Join the Discord. We all going to get together. We're going to have some drinks, watch Dark City, and then afterwards, me and Hypnotic are going to be playing more Remnant over on the gaming channel. W stream, I agree, Piplup. Thank you. Let me see whose lives will raise someone. Shout out to all of you guys who were awesome and donated. It means the absolute world to me. Thank you so much. Tomorrow is Neon Leon. We're going to be doing the Hot Ones special. So you're going to be coming clutch. We're going to be doing a Hot Ones special. And we're going to raid Hypno. We're going to raid Hypno over on his gaming channel. Tell Hypno Vital Idol Raid. And until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise. Deuces.